Thanks for joining me this evening. Today is 24th day of December 2024. And as you know, this is 11:30 p.m. Nigerian time. And in the next 30 minutes, it will be 25 December 2024, which is the Christmas day. Now, let us start from, reflecting on what really transpired by this time last year. By this time last year in the state of Plateau, in the center of Nigeria, a lot of people were unlived. So many people were killed. A lot of people, their life, they were taken away. That was 3 consecutive days, 23, 24, 25. These 3 consecutive days last year, and it was a horror. So a lot of people from across the world reacted to what really transpired that last year. It was a bad thing to say. Honestly, it was a bad thing. But up till now, the government did not take any measure to stop what happened last year. What happened last year has started this year again. How many times will something happen to us before we know that this thing we need to take precaution? Now, last week, the residents of Plateau, 2 persons went to buy AK-47 and they were arrested. They went to buy AK-47 because they don't have trust. They don't have, they don't have that trust with the police, with the army, with the federal government of Nigeria. So what they did, they wanted to defend themselves because they knew that people who are coming to kill them, they will eventually return. And if they come back, these people don't have what it takes to challenge them. So that is why they were going to buy AK-47, but they did not get it as such. So what happened? Now, let me take you to what happened yesterday. As you can see, gunmen invade Plateau State community, kill 15 residents amidst Christmas preparation. Yeah, I'm not going to make it stay too long because of some policies. So this is what transpired. Gunmen invaded yesterday. The same 23 they invaded. Last year, it was about 100 and something people they unlived, they killed. So this year, the same 23, they invaded and they started killing people again. Who knows what will happen today? I spoke with a lot of people from Plateau State. I said, come on, you people should defend yourself. Because this is no matter of calling the government, calling the military. Your destiny is in your hand. You have to do something. How can it be that what happened last year is still happening this year? Gunmen invade Plateau State community, kill 15 residents amid Christmas preparation. This is unacceptable. It's unacceptable. One thing should not be happening, time without number. This is an invasion. This is not that one person went to farm and they kidnapped the person inside farm. This is not that 2 persons went to farm and those people were on life in the farm. So this is not all about individual something. This is all about people invading your community. Sometimes I will be asking questions like, do they have community leaders in these communities? Do they have community leaders in this community? This is the season of merriment. We are not supposed to be talking all these things in this season. This is the season people are supposed to be reflecting how next year is going to work. People are supposed to be thinking how they have gone this year. But here we are still talking about killing. This is a call for nothing but for war. Because nobody will continue to fold their hands and allow, these people to continue to kill them. It's a call for war. So many countries that we have, ravage wars like Ukraine, Gaza, Syria, and so on and so forth. How many people are dying there? Israel strike that killed about 5 people in Gaza yesterday. The whole news media in the world, they were reporting it. That Israel, this thing killed so many people. Israel strike killed so many people. But when it happens in Nigeria, nobody reports it. Even Nigeria news media, Nigeria mainstream media don't report it. So if Nigeria mainstream media don't report it, what will happen? Is it foreign media that will put it on their head? I think foreign media will continue to have more interest if the local medias are reporting it. Channels Television, TVC, Arise News, I don't know. They are not living up to expectation that on the 23rd and 24th day of Plateau State, that people have invaded Plateau State again, killing 15 residents amid Christmas preparation. This is the same thing that happened last year. It should not happen again. It should not happen. Prevention is better than cure. Prevention is better than cure. Now, let's look into the details of what really transpired. Now, let's take this one from Sarah Reporters. The article was published today. It says the attack occurred just 2 days after the State Police Command announced the deployment of officers to 5 local government areas, including Riyom, to bolster security during the Christmas and New Year Eve. So what the police did is that police knew that these people, maybe they will come and attack like last year. Police now want to deploy security agencies there. So before police could deploy security agencies there, these people have invaded the community and start killing. The report I had is that so many community youths, they knew that this period, there will always be something like this. So they prepared, they waited for them. They said the community youths, they fought like with their power, fought with everything they could, but still, they still killed them. Just imagine if they did not put up a fight. Just imagine if they do not put up a fight, what could happen? Now, the article continues, it says at least 15 people were killed in a late night attack on Gedan Ado community in Rayon local government area of Plateau State on Sunday. So the killing happened Sunday night that entered on Monday. The article continues. It says the attack occurred just 2 days after the State Police Command announced the deployment of the officers to 5 local government areas, including Riyom, to bolster security during Christmas and New Year celebration. Now, the 5th article, they said that Sam Jugo, the National Publicity Secretary of the Irigwe Community Development Association, IDA, confirmed the incident to newsmen on Monday. So the news have been confirmed by the spokesperson of the community, of the affected community. Now, this is the 6th article there. The 6th article says he disclosed that the attack had been reported to Operation Safe Haven, a multi-security task force maintaining peace in the region. Now, if there is a multi-security task force maintaining peace in the region, why should such attack occur? And up till now, the federal government, the police, the military said they don't know the identity of people who attacked them. They don't know the identity of people who attacked them. So if this paragraph is saying that he disclosed, I mean the community spokesperson disclosed, that the attack had been reported to the Operation Safe Haven, a multi-security task force maintaining peace in the region, why do they say they don't know the people who carry out this attack? Now, let us go to the 7th article there. The 7th article says, troops from Operation Safe Haven responded to the incident. Listen, the troop from Operation Safe Haven that is guiding the area responded to the incident. But, what is the but there? Unfortunately, this is the same story. Unfortunately, the assassinat had already caused significant damage before their arrival. So how many times are they going to play you? This is a movie set. They keep on playing this movie set, keep on playing this movie set every year. Last year, the community people gave the security operatives 33 distress calls according to the report. 33 distress calls. That is what they gave them last year. Okay? They did not respond. After 3 days, everybody started calling. Now, this one that happened, look at it. Troops from Operation Safe Haven responded to the incident. But unfortunately, the assassinat had already caused significant damage before their arrival. You see? Why would they cause a significant damage before their arrival? Why would they cause a significant damage before their arrival? You see, this is the typical story we hear every day in Nigeria. If something is happening right now, before you know, they say, oh, police, we call soldier. Immediately those people left, you will see police coming with their siren. Wow, 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 wow. Where are they? They say they must have left. This is a movie. It's like a script. Someone wrote a script of what is happening. Now, let's go to the 8th article there. Jugo, the publicity secretary of the Irigwe Development Association, revealed that the victims of the attacks were native of Irigwe from Basa local government area of Plateau State. So these people were known people. Now, let us look at the name. According to the report from our MS race, the following individuals were killed. Dauda Arabo, 48 years, Hazan Waonda, 52, Basuna Moses, 22, Faith Basuna, 19, Naraba Randy, 18 years, Dandami Gado, 50 years, Moses Yakubu, 48 years, Azumi Moses, 13 years, Tanatu Hazan, 42 years, Chama Ernest, 20 years, Ugomo Monday, 20 years, Sheba Ernest, just a year old. Oh my goodness. Mary Stephen, 33, and Isere Moses, 3. Linda Moses, 32, who sustained severe injury, is currently receiving treatment in the hospital. This is so pathetic. This is the 10th article. Oh, wow. All right. It says, the identities of the attackers remain unknown at this time. This is another problem. You see, the identity of the attackers remain unknown. The identity of the attackers remain unknown. How on earth with this identity, or with the identity of these people who carry out this attack, why should the identity remain unknown? On what circumstances? On what stand? He said, we urge caution in making any premature assumption, as this could hinder ongoing investigation by security agencies. While appealing for calm, the leadership of the Irigwe Development Association hopes that the security forces will take the necessary steps to prevent the future occurrence. This one is balabundu. This one is, I don't know the adjective to qualify it, but this is the same story they gave us when this attack happened last year. When this attack happened last year, the same story was given that, they are going to make sure that such attack did not happen again. But what happened? It still repeats itself. So this is the last article that it says, it is heartbreaking that we have lost our people with whom we had hoped to celebrate the upcoming festive season. Their lives has been tragically cut short, Jugo added. You see, this is so pathetic, It's so pathetic. It's so pathetic. And after this incident, the community people, everybody is saying that there is no need, that they have to prepare for war. So, war is coming. Let me put it in that way. The war is coming. Now, how many of you remember what Nnamdi, that anchors Kemi talks, Kemi, what she said? She says something about mass killing that is going to happen in Igbo land. And now, as we can see, it is already happening, but not in Igbo land. Let's get back to what she said.
Nigerian journalist Dr. Kemi Lawrence for Kemi Talks Media. It's Saturday, November 23rd, 2024. Let's talk about what's going on in Southeast Nigeria. I'm going to make it clear as much as possible for everybody to understand what's going on in this video and for you to make it viral and spread it all across the internet to Nigerians. Nigerians abroad are very, very important as well. There has been a wave of buying all over Southeast Nigeria. People are being pied left, right, and center. 4 years ago, I told you about some plans and orchestrated methods to buy Southeast Nigerians, specifically the Igbos. And no one believed me. 4 years later, you're now believing me after they wiped out a lot of people in Ebonyi State, Enugu State, and so on and so forth. Yesterday, a farmer was spied on his farm after harvesting yam, cassava, and cocoyam and everything. At the end of the day, if one farmer is spied in America, do you know what's going to happen? 3 farmers spied, several injured. That's the headline of the Nigerian media. And you should know by now that the Nigerian media is owned by politicians and businessmen. There are people who are strategically placed in Igbo land to buy Igbos. Okay, it's a new method of what happened during the Biafran War. The people that orchestrated the Biafran War are still alive. And they've led Nigeria. General Gowon is alive. General Obasanjo is alive. General Buhari is alive. Everybody in that war, many of the strategic people are alive. And they've led Nigeria again and again. And they're watching this happen. This is the Biafra War again, secretly. But all the killings that have been going on in the metropolitan areas of Igbo land, they stick it to ipob. They stick it to massäcre. They stick it to ESN. They stick it to all the Nnamdi Kanu groups. And they feel that we don't know what's going on. People know what's going on. They're not going to talk. The media is the wrong person to even go meet. The Nigerian media is the worst in the world. I don't know if I'm the first to say it. Maybe other people have said it. Not because they're just owned by the politicians and businessmen. And the journalists in there are puppets to these people. They're puppets. They can't do anything unless they do what they are told. They know the truth in what I am talking about, and they're not going to tell the ordinary Nigerians. The DSS. You are supposed to be the Homeland Security for Nigeria, checking the homeland. People are being spied left, right, and center in Nigeria, north, south, east, west. The defense headquarters, always shouting on Twitter, always shouting on X, no action. We cannot have a defense headquarters and a military not doing enough for Nigerians. Nigerians are getting spied every day, and this has to stop. The international community gives you money to fight all this insecurity, but what do? You share it amongst yourself. We've seen that with Jonathan's administration and others. Nigerian governors are sponsoring terrorism. They're financing terrorism. And all you could do is go arrest one Simon Ekpa in, Finland? Somebody that's just doing his internet propaganda. That's all you can do. That's the best you can do. At least he's given some awareness to what's going on. Everybody has their own groups. My message today is about what happened yesterday. All right? What happened yesterday in Enugu? In some of the communities, there was violence. Fulani militia showed up. I don't like calling them herdsmen because they're not herdsmen. Herdsmen are people that actually guard their cows and feed and graze, without any violence. Farmers and herders are supposed to be working hand in hand. These are Fulani militias, strategically placed in Igbo land to buy the people. They did it with Ebonyi. Now, you see that governor over there in Ebonyi State, that new governor, the young guy, he's doing so much work in that state. He has revamped that state so much. Okay, I even heard he built a new radio station, as in the government radio station. He revamped it and everything so that the media can be in the forefront of what's going on in Ebonyi State. I know the former governor was very old and things. People lost their lives in that state. At least that's one governor doing well. What about Enugu? What about Imo? What about all these places? Imo State, I've told you guys, it's full of herdsmen running your state and buying you one by one. Who is next? They stick to the metropolitan area. Make it look like it's ipob and ESN. Okay? And the army gives all this false information online. Yes, the army. When General Lagbacha died, I was the one that reported that he was secretly flown abroad and died, and they brought him home. The government announced, he died yesterday in Lagos. Just lies. When Abba Kyari, the chief of staff, died during the Buhari administration, I was the one that told you this guy's been dead for COVID for 2 weeks. They did not announce till 2 weeks later. They delay everything. But here I am, I'm telling you everything, and some of you are still saying that, I heard that you were a mad woman. I heard that you were mentally unstable. You heard, until you heard about your own. Bye. I hope you hear. If it happens to you, I don't pray for anybody to buy, but what's going on right now, if Igbos don't take charge of their communities, your communities are going to be toast. I'm telling you, by December 31st, there's going to be a major genocide. I hope you know what that means. Igbo people abroad, Igbo people in the diaspora, call your loved ones, secure your areas, give safety tips to people, let them know. Last month, it was the Igbo lady, the pregnant woman that was buried in Imo State near the airport, Sambakwe Airport. The Nigerian mainstream media were reporting that, hoodlums went to Sambakwe and they raped a lady, pregnant woman. I had the video. I gave you guys the video. I gave you guys the photograph. She has a name. Every victim has a name. Their name must remain in the news forever. Their faces must remain in the news. 3 farmers killed yesterday, several injured. What are their names? That's why you're supposed to be giving us mainstream media. Everybody in the mainstream media is so fucked up in Nigeria because they're telling you what to report. This is why people direct themselves away from the mainstream media. This is why Fisayo Shoyombo is doing his own on that side. Even the David Hunter in Ghana is doing his own from that. Everybody's out of the mainstream media. Samuel Ogudupe is running his People's Gazette out of New York. Everybody has left that country. Every real journalist has left that country. I don't live in Nigeria anymore. Just like that, January 2023 is now about to turn to January 2025. 2 years and this country has not improved. And you're saying, President Tinubu, President Tinubu. A lot of you confused me to some Kem. One lady there that was abusing Peter Obi throughout the campaign. It was not me. This stupid woman was just abusing Peter Obi and trying to shed it away so that people can be abusing me, say, but you helped Tinubu win. I did not help. It wasn't me. It was another lady. Her handle is Kem Patriot. And she now says that I'm directing people to come and insult her. All the posts she made against Peter Obi, it's out there. That wasn't me. President Tinubu's government is a fail. He's allowing Nigerians to die. He's allowing Nigerians to be buried. And it should not be happening.
Right. I think that is all we can take from this, what the lady said. Now, she made mention of December 31st. Now, I think I can say that maybe even though the lady did not have any information, with the way Nigeria is structured, it is very possible for you to predict what is going to happen because it has been happening before. You get it? It is very easy to predict what is going to happen because it has been happening. It has become like, season occurrence. Season occurrence. Before now, we have been warning, right? So if you are just joining us now, we are talking about the insecurity challenges and the killing that happened in Plateau State. And the title of the articles from Sahara Reporter this evening says that the Gunmen invade Plateau State community, kill 15 residents amid Christmas preparation. This is what we're supposed to have averted. This is what we're supposed to stop. It shouldn't have happened because we have been saying this time without number. And this one that, yesterday now, it happened. How are they preparing to make sure they stop it today and tomorrow, next tomorrow? What about the new year? What about the new year? So a lot of things has been happening. I don't know what to say because we have been alarmed. We have been warned. Look at what they are doing is ethnic cleansing. It's ethnic cleansing. Everything is just posed, it's just directed to one thing. It's just directed to one thing. So the earlier we realize this, the better for us. All right. Right now we are opening our line. You can call us and tell us what you think about this current situation, that every Christmas there must be killing in Plateau State. There must be killing in all those middle belt Christian dominated areas. People who are going to church are putting their hand in their chest because they don't know if they are coming to bomb their church. They don't know if any attack is coming to happen in their church. This has been happening time with that number and it's unacceptable. It's unacceptable. And I don't know. The people have to do something, okay? The people have to do something. This is the sole reason why I do not name all these people who are agitating, using different kind of, I don't name them. Because Nigeria is so wicked. Now, and last year, when this thing happened in Plateau State, different presidents from across the world, they were tweeting. But even the governor of Plateau State went to meet Tinubu in Lagos. He traveled from Plateau State. He went to Lagos to meet Tinubu, leaving people that are devastated, people that have died. He left them. He left them in Plateau State and traveled to Lagos. We don't have government. We don't have a country. Those people who are living in abroad, our brothers and sisters who are in diaspora, always try to speak with them. They will tell you what abroad is. They will tell you what abroad is. They will tell you how country look like. You don't play with the security of life and property. Imagine, this is 3 minutes to Christmas Day. If you are in Nigeria, a lot of people have entered Christmas Day. A lot of people are still in the afternoon on 24th. But this is what is happening, so pathetic. We are not supposed to be online talking, about these insecurity issues today, being, midnight to Christmas on Christmas Day. We ought not to be talking about all these things now. I don't know how some people see the situations of things around Nigeria, but for me, I lost it. No, I lost it. I believe that there is nothing good about the situation of the country, because even though everything else is changing, of which they are not changing, once people are not secure, there is no need. There is no need. Once people are dying, once people's life is not that secure, every other thing you are doing is just, it's just for nothing. So let me know what you think. You can join me on live through the StreamYard. This is just a short live section. We are not supposed to be doing this live section today, but it is called for information. Let everybody be aware, be security conscious. Even though you are not in Plateau, you are in the east, west, north, and south. You never can tell how far these people prepared for this orchestrated genocide against the people. So what I'm advising you all to do is to make sure you protect yourself. Be vigilant. Be vigilant if you see people who are alien to your community, people who are foreign to your community, who are not part of your community. Make sure you stand against them. Make sure you report, raise alarm, and let people know. Empower your vigilantes. Things are getting worse. Everything people have said, the security agencies who have the conscience to speak the truth, everything they say is what is happening right now. And will not allow it to continue to work, okay? This is just 12 o'clock. This is midnight a.m. Nigerian time. I think I could say Merry Christmas to you all, but a lot of people, there is nothing like merriment. There is nothing like merriment. This is supposed to be a merry day. Okay, the people they kill their families now, how would they feel? Just put yourself in the position. God will not, God will not allow it to happen to you. But you put yourself in their position. What if that thing eventually happened to you? That you are just preparing for Christmas, people invaded your community and killed a lot of people? God forbid. God forbid. It's so pathetic. It shouldn't have happened. It shouldn't have happened. Like what T.Y. Danjuma said. He made a recent speech, not the first one he made, when he said that the army are joining the terrorists to carry out ethnic cleansing. The one he made recently, he said that he told you people to defend yourself, but he will not tell you where to get gun. That if Fulanese could get gun, that you yourself could look for where to get gun. But I see that statement as something that is also very difficult and controversial, because there is no way you can get it. All these people, all these terrorists are being supplied by people in government, some security agencies who have betrayed their oath, and so on and so forth. So that is what is happening. Anyway, Merry Christmas to you all. And, by this time next week, we are already in a new year. By this time next week, we are already January 1st. So that is how life is. I really appreciate you for tuning in to understand the situation on ground. Please, I'm begging you, make sure you are vigilant. Don't say, in my community, we have not been hearing all those things. God forbid it will not happen in your community, but it used to start worse. So be vigilant wherever you are going, be conscious, especially this night, any night at all, this period, make sure you are not always outside, and God will help us, okay? Thank you so much for tuning in, and God bless. Mary. All right. Before we call it a day, I think let's have receive some calls and also bring people who are trying to join us in, and let them tell us what they think about the situation that is going on. Mr. Charles, good morning and Merry Christmas. Thanks for joining us.
Good morning, my brother. I wish you the same.
All right. If you can be more audible, we appreciate that.
Okay, are you hearing me?
Yes, we can hear you right and clear. Merry Christmas. The 15 persons have been killed through the invasion of terrorists in Plateau states, and this is what we have been warning before Christmas. This is what we have been warning, because this thing happened almost every season, every Christmas season happened in Plateau State. Last year it happened where the world reacted to, killing of almost 150 people last year. And they said they gave 33 distress calls to the security operatives, but they could not respond. And this year it has started again. What is your take on it?
My brother, sometimes when I hear stories of what happens in our country, it's something that keeps on bothering me, because sometimes when I speak with some of my friends about the issues in Nigeria, they ask me, are you sure these things happens? Imagine what you say. A terrorist will just come to a community, carry out an operation for because this thing is not something that happens in a minute. This happens in hours. And you ask yourself, these people will carry out this operation and go without anybody challenging them. No police, no soldier, but the same place. You try to use your private car or motorbike, you see police and soldiers here and there stopping you and extorting from you. You ask yourself, where are these police when this thing happens? You can't even call the police to, when if they say these guys are in operation, you call the police to come for for rescue, and they will come. Instead, after the operation has been carried out, they will come and start arresting innocent Nigerians that are going to their various businesses that know nothing about this. Honestly, I'm worried about it. I am worried each time I hear all these things. I ask myself, is this a country? Do we even have a government? Do we? I honestly, because okay, I've lived
Honestly, we don't have.
I've lived outside Nigeria for over 20 years. This thing, I came to Nigeria on January. My most fear is not that I'll be kidnapped, or the armed robbers will come and steal from me, or they will do anything. My most fear was the Nigerian police. I'm telling you, each time I see Nigerian police, my heart will skip. My heart will skip. Why? Because you will be driving. The police will you see somebody, a policeman pointing gun at you. Hey, move down like this. I ask my driver, I say, please. Even to an extent, I start using public transport. Because as soon as they see you with a good car, they see as a young man, maybe you are looking good. Man, I don't know. It's a problem. One day they stop us and they start asking us, why are you using tinted glass? I'll be like, the same people will be in this road. The people, the armed robbers, the Fulani herdsmen, they will come and kill people in the same road. Nothing will happen. You can't even hear anything, but they keep on stopping people. They will keep on extorting from people. You know, all these things, you hear them, you see them, you ask yourself, are we still a country? Are we still citizens of this country? Is there anything that we are benefiting from this country? The answer is no. If people can be killed on daily basis and there is no, like this thing you are saying now, this is my first time of hearing that, so that some people are killed. This is my first time. You can't hear it in the
media. 3 consecutive days.
You can't hear it in the media.
Days.
And
President of Hungary reacted to it. Prime Minister of Israel tweeted about it. The Prime Minister of Brazil, the President of Brazil, tweeted that many world leaders reacted to it. But the following day, the governor of that state traveled to go and do Christmas with Tinubu in Lagos.
You see, that is the problem. The problem we have in Nigeria, media is one of our problems. Media, they are one of our problems. Because I forget about the people that we elected as a House of Rep members, senators. These people may betray us, but the media is mostly the highest representatives of the people. They are the ones that people are paying attention to can know what is happening in the country. But since they cannot report all these things, can't you see that this thing? They are just working with the government. I listened to President Tinubu's media chat a few days ago, where he said Nigeria should learn how to manage. I was just listening, looking at the media. I was just like, these guys, we are talking like they were just playing on the gallery. Not like they were talking, they're just playing on the gallery. People like
someone who bought private jet, while people are suffering, started multi-billion-naira coastal highway. And what?
Yes, look at it. They were just this Jide somebody, the one that TVC. You know that is Tinubu's channel. Ruben Abati, we all know what he stand when it comes to these things. He's just a politician hiding under this channel TV or Arise TV. He's just a politician. So, and he's the one that is coordinating the media, that media chat. You ask yourself, I listen to other interviews with other presidents of the world. When you see a president making this comment, they will look their president eyeball to eyeball. Mr. President, not Mr. President. You said that Nigerians should manage. But what about you people that are in power? Can't you also learn how to manage? Look at you renovated your vice president's house with 20-something billions. You buy presidential yacht, you buy private jet, you did it. Your wife, who is using taxpayers' money to fly, is your wife a president? Your children using. I watched his son Tinubu I think in one of the states in that Yoruba land where he got the army saluted him. But just look at all this.
Yeah.
Is that a country? Is this a country? You see all this happening. Honestly, you ask yourself, where I live, I was not born in this country, but I have made it clear where when I'm sick, I will go to the hospital, get a free medical attention. My children, they have this benefit. If my children goes to school, unless I decided to put them in a private school, maybe because we think we foreigners that came to the west, we want to put our children where they will get moral, where they cannot be exposed to all manner of laws. Not because the government schools are the best. They give the best, but because we want our children to have moral, that's why we put them in some of these private schools, missionary schools. But they can go to school free. They benefit. If you don't have a job, government supports you. If you have a child, government supports you. If whatever you need, you run to the government, they will assist you. I'm a citizen of Nigeria by birth, but I just joined this place a few years ago. But what I've benefited from this one where I live, I've never, all my life, nothing. I can never boast of protection. Nigeria is a country where you will stay with your friend or your family. Some people will come and shoot. Police will come and shoot, kill people. We will shout, hey, 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 in a space of after like 1 hour or a day, we all forget and move on as if nothing happened, as if it was the animals that was killed. These are human beings. These are human beings. People die every day. Like I used to tell someone, I said, it's even better there is war in Nigeria. So Nigerians the whole world will have pity for Nigerians and bring their their plane and start taking Nigerians to their country for asylum. It's not better than they will see us as if all is well with us. Well, Nigerians are killed every day, on daily basis. We are being killed, we are being slaughtered by Fulani herdsmen, we are being slaughtered by terrorists, we are being slaughtered by police, we are being slaughtered by soldiers. They will still tell you, I will kill you, nothing will happen. And they will just kill you, nothing will happen. Nothing. You just die like that. Honestly, my brother, it's something that we all should be show more concern of. But the problem is that no matter how concerned you are, I don't think it can change anything. I don't think it can change anything at all. I wish there is a way I can move every member of my family out of Nigeria and just forget about Nigeria.
That would be difficult.
I wish that I can do it, because each time I remember that I still have family, I still have mother, father, relatives who lives in Nigeria. Now, look at our situation in Nigeria. One of my brother traveled from Canada to Nigeria a few days ago. He called me, Charles, do you know that if you're not doing anything in Nigeria, you are in trouble? I said, what do you mean? He said, I've not been to Nigeria for up to one week. I spent over ₦1 million buying food. He told me, I'm buying fuel for 1,200, 1 tray. I fuel my car, fuel my generator every day. I spend almost 100,000. Then, you hear all these things. You ask yourself, people are earning 70,000. Even not every government that are giving them this money.
Yeah.
How are these people surviving? How do they take care of their family? How do they even go to this work? How? Spend transport every day, go to this work, eat. They will eat lunch. They will have breakfast. They will eat in the evening. They do all these things with what? What is the difference? being a governor, does it make you different from those workers? You live in the same Nigeria. You go to the same shop. You buy the same thing, and you have the guts to give them 70,000.
70,000 can't even afford one bag of rice.
Can't even afford a bag of rice is 100,000. You see the level of wickedness. It's only in Nigeria that I see a leader, a president, when he is sick, he will zoom out of the country for medical checkup. You do not try all this thing in other nation. I live in one of the African countries for Swaziland for about, I stay in that country for about 10 years. It's ruled by a king. Throughout these 10 years, I wasn't a citizen. What I have is just work permit in that country.
Okay.
But throughout these 10 years, I never visited their hospital and spent 1 naira, one rand for medical checkup. I was having free medical attention. I'm not a citizen. I wasn't a citizen in that country. You have good road. When you are in your house, you see somebody standing in front of your house for like 10, 15, 20 minutes. You don't understand what he was doing. You give call to police. They will come immediately and ask him, what are you doing here? You have access to every basic need of life, food, everything. But you come to Nigeria, it's totally different. And this is one of the poorest country, one of the poorest, when you're saying poorest country in the world that you can talk about. The king is providing them with security. You can't even hear somebody shooting on the air. Talk of shooting for 10 minutes without rapid response.
My brother, that is an indication that the security agencies are complice. That is an indication because
they are.
Yeah.
They are. Even now, security agents are kidnappers. They will stop you. They ask you to open your phone. When you open your phone, they check how much you have. They even take you to the POS, different POS, and ask you to withdraw money for them. And if you don't, they can kill just to cover their nonsense. So if the people that are supposed to protect you are doing this, then who will save you? Nobody. Today, if you talk about politicians, if you say anything about politicians, they will come after you. They will just arrest you. So is that a country? My brother, honestly,
it's so pathetic. Let me give a shout out to people who are with us. Good morning, everyone. Merry Christmas to you. All right, where are we starting from? Joshua Too Skinny say no worries, Nigeria will be better soon. When is this soon? Star Flame, good morning. Thanks for joining us. Star Flame is saying, are you new to this? What do you mean by Christmas massacre begins in Plateau? This is something that has been happening for several years now. Not just beginning. Nigeria Christians are cowards. Anyway, I say it begins because it started this year again. It's something that happens almost every year that we know, okay? And Stephen says, when you choose to practice a religion and refuse to dig into the history or how the religion was preserved and rather choose to die like cowards, that is it. Fight, no say no. It's unfortunate
but
anyway.
Nigerian Christians are cowards of a truth. Nigerian Christians are cowards. They are really cowards.
Ibibia Abam said, the Southeast should thank God that this doesn't happen again there. What do you mean by this doesn't happen? Well, it doesn't happen in massacre, but they are still killing the way they are killing up to tomorrow. Nigerian
Yes.
Prophecies and News says, so sad. All right, may their soul rest in peace. Ibibia Abam says, since the identity is unknown, how are they going to fight? Who are they going to fight? That is the, I understand that the community people, I think they should know the people. They already know the people who are fighting them because it's not new. But during report, police will say people who came, we don't know them yet. Let us do investigation. That is the propaganda in the highest order. Now, Smart David, good morning, thanks for joining us. It says, truth is bitter to the Nigerian government. Please, all rich people should try to help their communities with sophisticated weapons for defense. I support that. Which Way TV says, support Which Way, Nigeria to expose Nigeria through a documentary film titled The Truth About Nigeria. Okay, you are trying to bring out a documentary called The Truth About Nigeria. That would be very nice, and I will appreciate that. Okay, I will appreciate that. Ogunwanyi Christian says, good morning, my brother. Good morning to you and Merry Christmas. Emindi Oge says, may God protect us in Jesus' name. Amen. May God protect you too. Smile Dove says, good morning, everyone. Merry Christmas to you all. Merry Christmas to you as well. Chill Power. So I gave up on that contraption long time ago. Smile Dove says, I am earning 30,000 and I am a graduate, yet no job. My wife is currently pregnant. Please help me. You have to make preparation because if your wife gives birth, you are going to spend money. That time you will not give anybody story. Anyway, Smile Dove, after you chat me up, I don't have money. I don't have money to give you, but just chat me up, okay? Just chat me up. Maybe I have one or two people that can support you. But currently, I don't have money now. Honestly, I will tell you. But I might have one or two people that will support you. Then the Benechuku said, good morning to you, my dear brother Okocha. Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas to you all. I really appreciate. Stenda Odende saying that everyone looks after their family because nothing to be expected from the government. Absolutely. Everyone should look after their own people. Christian Igwebe says, until those that continue to call themselves Nigerians realize that Nigeria is at war, they will continue to die for nothing. Your leaders are rogues. You are all under Arabic law of Islam. You wanted to say Arabic law of Islam? Anyway, these are the things we find ourselves saying. It's not, I will not say it's not our fault anyway. Partly it's not our fault. Partly it is our fault. According to this man, what is it called? Piero Lumumba. He says when the people who lead the cattle, the herdsmen, if they are leading the cattle will love them, the cattle will protect them. You know why? They never knew what is going on. Also, if the cattle were to know that those herdsmen are leading them to go and sell them, leading them to slaughter to go and kill them, say they will treat them in a different way. The same thing happens to Nigerians. Sometimes if I see our mothers, some youths, hating politicians, clapping for them, tying wrapper for them when they are coming, I shake my head, I say, these people don't know that these are the same people who are killing them. They don't know. Joma honestly, bro. Yeah. If they know, why are they doing that? Why are they doing that?
Nigerian politicians, they weaponize poverty. They put Nigeria in a position that when you see 500 naira, you'll be shaking. That's the position they put Nigerians. They know what they are doing. These people, imagine somebody wake up in the morning, you do not know where your next meal will be coming from. And somebody's offering you 5,000. Do you think you will not accept it? You will even accept it with your full chest, because that day you will think, oh, God has provided me my next meal, not knowing that you are just messing up with your future. That's what the Nigerian politicians want. Nothing. If they can allow Nigerians create an environment for business to strive, workers, give them good salary, and like what happened this recently, this stampede, these things will not happen. Even if you don't just gather people and ask them to come to your house, you start giving them charity. That thing doesn't happen anywhere. It's only in Nigeria you see. If you think you have money that you want to donate to the less privileged, there are places you can give those things. In all the organized countries, you don't just gather people to come to your house and start giving them charity. So in Nigeria, and most people that do all this, they just want to do them for people to see them, not because they want to show that one, they have money. Oh, they are doing philanthropic whatever. They are doing show.
Yes, I have another story behind that, and I am telling people that you people are running after all these bandits because you are hungry. You are no longer going to farm. Now, what every good leader should do, especially politicians who are sharing rice, what they're supposed to do is to stop the reason why the people are hungry. Because we are just trying to treat the symptoms and leave the problem. The people are no longer going to farm because the Fulani terrorists are in the bush, killing them, kidnapping them, doing all sorts of things against them. And these people are not bothered to fight the insecurity. Now people are hungry, you are sharing rice. Rice is not the issue here. So, it's so fortunate, my brother.
But you understand where they are going. The farmers, if you're talking about Fulani herdsmen stopping farmers to do their farm, we all know that Nigeria is being governed by minority. Nigeria is governed by minority because when you're talking of Fulani are the smallest tribe in Nigeria, and they have conquered the north. You come to the south, there is a power tussle in the south who want to be superior against each other. The Yorubas want to be superior over the Igbos and the south. What do they do? Some of them, not all of them, the greedy ones who want to go and align with the Fulani to get power. Instead of, playing neutral. This is we like, okay, look at what Tinubu is doing now. In as much as I'm somehow against this tax reform, and I'm not somehow against it. I told one of my friends, I said, if Tinubu will succeed in this, in as much as Tinubu is doing this out of selfishness, out of greed, but this will do a lot to Nigerians. The only problem I have with increase in VAT, because if you increase VAT, it's going to affect the ordinary Nigerians. But if this thing of sharing of derivation, whatever you get in your state, you pay tax, you have 60% of it, and the rest, according to what you are getting. If you can succeed in it, that will be beautiful. So these are things we are passing through. The Muslims, the Fulani, not Muslims, the Fulanis, they want to continue in power.
All right, let me ask you a question now regarding this massacre, regarding this killing. What do you think the people should do, the people of Plateau State? With time without number, we have shouted that these people should defend their land, defend yourself, do everything you have to do. And this thing keep on happening. What do you think they should do at this point?
My brother, Marvelous, it's okay. It's okay. It's okay. Sorry. Sorry.
what is happening? You didn't take them to Christmas party. Maybe that is why they are disturbing you. Anyway, I just muted it. Let me unmute it again.
Okay, my brother,
Yeah.
there is nothing they can do, because you do know why I say they can't do anything. One, these people that are killing them, they have sponsors somewhere. They have sponsors somewhere, and there is an agenda behind this.
Yeah.
And before you fight back, you must first know what is the agenda, what is the reason, why is this thing happening, and start tackling it. Because you don't just fight, see people, you start fighting them. You have to find out who are behind this killing.
Yeah.
These people, they come with AK-47, they come with sophisticated weapons. Who is sponsoring them? These people, these other people, where do they get money to buy? Or when you find out these things, that's when you begin to tackle your problem. You can't just start fighting. Who are you fighting? The government, or the people, the politicians, or the herdsmen? This is Fulanis hiding under the Fulani. How do they call it? Oligarchy or hegemony, whatever they call them. They are all their Fulani politicians, Sultan of Sokoto, all of them. They have agenda. They want to conquer the middle belt. They have taken over other part of North. Now they want to conquer the middle belt and bring in their people from all over the world, from all over Africa, because every Fulani believe. Like I remember one interview that was the governor, or former governor of, or president governor of Bauchi State had with I think it was a Rice News or something like that. He said that a Fulani is a Fulani. A Fulani don't have any country. A Fulani in Cameroon, a Fulani in Niger, they are all Fulanis. And Buhari came to power with this plan of establishing what he called Ruga. What was the agenda? To establish Fulani all over Nigeria, so that they can live there. So that if anything is happening, they will say, "Oh, there is Fulani in Igbos. There's Igbo Fulanis." Like what they do today. Before it used to be Hausa Fulani. Today, it is no more Hausa Fulani, because they have conquered the Hausas. They will say, "Oh, Fulani Yorubas, Fulani Igbos." That's how they want to conquer. But thank God, the South, they resist it. They fight against it. Yeah. Now, what do they see? They find that, oh, this plan has failed. They came in with trying to wipe out communities. They will come in, they will kill, they will take over. The community will become refugee in the city. They took over their villages, they took over their communities. They live there. So how are you gonna fight them? When the South, the only way the government can fight them is when the South, the southern Nigeria, like Tinubu now, we start taking a stand and no, this thing will not happen. But he won't do it because he feel, oh, he's getting support from them. He know that the Southeast, they will not support him. He know that the South will not support. He know that even as it is today, every Nigeria, so even in his way in the West, so he will run to them in order to come back to power. The same thing Obasanjo did during his government. Instead of Obasanjo to stop Sharia law, he played, because he want to come back to second term. He play on the gallery. Today, Nigeria is suffering from it. When he could have stopped, when he could have stopped it. This is the problem. When the Southerners become president, they will not want to stand with their 2 feet on the ground. They want to play on the gallery to come back on the second tenor. This is what they keep on playing on the gallery, and things keep on spoiling. Things keep on spoiling. Instead of them to take, nothing will happen. Look, I'm an Igbo man. I tell my brother, I say, look, you can't betray your mother, your father, your brother to please your enemy. You can't do that. When you betray your mother, your father, your enemy will see you as a betrayer. He can never trust you. He will never trust you because I want to be a minister. I go to I want to contest for any political office. I will travel to Sokoto and go to Sultan of Sokoto. He will crown me with one traditional what. They put me this thing enough for me to get their support. Who told you that all these things will help you? This is a lie. This is the problem we have in the southern Nigeria. This is the problem. We fail to stand on our 2 feet, and that is why we are suffering today. The North, they have vast land that could have helped provide feed Nigeria, but their governors become lazy. Encourage
because of federal allocation.
Because of federal allocation, they become lazy. They encourage. Say when this Boko Haram of it started, Fulani herdsmen, this, that, they never condemn it. Like the way when ipob started in the southeast, it was the southeastern governor that first condemned it. Before the federal government, Buhari, who is looking for an opportunity to get at the Igbos, took over, bam, and prescribe it. So northern governors never condemn what they will keep on painting with. Fulani herdsmen, this is herders and farmers crisis. This is banditry.
Because they are using them for their personal agenda. This is what many people should know. This is what especially the people in the south should know, that this Nigeria is all about interest. It's all about interest. So there is no two ways about it. People who have interest to make sure that religion dominates Nigeria, they can do it by all means. It doesn't matter who is dying, it doesn't matter what happened, as far as they are doing it. Now, let me tell you, this strategy of hunger that is starting there. I want to show you one video when the House of Rep member was warning Nigerians about this. And I want to tell you that this hunger is a war. It's a war. When I mean it's a war, it's part of this plan we are talking about. I don't think I still have this video here, but anytime I see it, I will show you the video. So the House of Rep member was there trying to explain the reason why all these Bororo Fundani who are terrorizing are in the bush. The reason why they will never give up and stop, doing what they are doing in the bush, all is because they want people to be hungry. And when people are hungry, they can do anything. They won't even have brain to think that, they are changing our laws to Islamize Nigeria. Someone who is hungry cannot think that, because we have hierarchy of needs. Someone who is not naked, who don't have house, cannot even think of getting married. So that is the way life is positioned. So these people think critically. They know that, imagine me from Delta State, all our bushes, these people have occupied it. So imagine people preventing people who owns the land not to go to farm. So this is what they have been doing time with that number. So if we do not rise now, I don't think there is anything we can do tomorrow. Honestly, I'm telling you, I don't think there is anything at all that we can do tomorrow. Before, I was talking about Benue, that this house, this community, people who are from this community are telling me that up to today, that the community is still like this. The government did not do it. The state government did not do it. The federal government did not do it. They just leave the community like that. Then the terrorists are using the territories to do whatever things they want to do. We cannot continue like this. We can't continue that. If you speak now, you become a bad person. If you speak, they say you are this, you are that. All right. Look at
during the time of Goodluck Jonathan.
Yeah.
You see, that time, Goodluck Jonathan, in as much as his government was porous, there was corruption. Because why there was corruption? Because Goodluck Jonathan thought he was working with people. He don't know that the people he employed to work with her are his enemies, those who want his downfall. Goodluck Jonathan would have been the best president Nigeria would have ever produced. But because the people he was working with was working against him. You see, there was a decision he took that even before the election, you couldn't hear that there was killing about what's the name of these people that was killing then, not Fulani herdsmen.
Boko Haram.
Boko Haram. You couldn't hear any killing about, because the soldiers that time, this guy was the chief of Jirika was the chief of defense force. They mount 24-hour surveillance in that area. You couldn't hear anything. That makes this guy what's the name? This Erofai, and some governors that when Goodluck want to buy arms from in America, they went and protest that, oh, he want to buy arms to kill his own people, to kill their people. They protest against it. Even that time, the Americans, I think they refused to sell arms to Goodluck. You see, all these things, like there's an agenda, and they are working hand to hand with the military. That is why you see the Fulanis will do everything to make sure that they are the ones that are holding arms. They are in position of arms. They will do everything. They know that ordinarily, if it is just civil, like a community fight, Fulani fighting against each tribe, they will not succeed. Now, what their agenda now is to use the state apparatus, police, military. That is why they are fighting. They make sure that they are the ones in positions to handle arms. If, like I said, we've had two Yoruba's president in Nigeria, and Goodluck Jonathan. If these three people have taken a stand, take decisions, not running after them, running after their support, because Nigeria has been orchestrated in a way that the North and South, they should understand that the North will rule this 8 years, the South will rule it, and stop playing on the gallery in the name of who we rule. If they can come together, because this is the problem. Every 8 years, when it is the turn of the South, and even when we want to contest, somebody from the South we want to contest, Yoruba we want to contest, and the Yoruba we want to play superior over others. And this is why, and when it goes to the North,
are you blaming them?
And when it comes to the North, it's only the Fulani that we contest. Do you see the problem?
I won't blame them. I won't blame them, because we were not made to live together. We are brothers, like, as you say, Ghana, Cotonou. We are like brothers with these Odua, Arewas. We were not meant to live together. Everybody must protect their own.
I am not blaming them. But what I'm saying here, if the South, they will have, they within themselves produce one person to go. I am telling you, let's say they will say, okay, after 80, Tinubu now is in power. When after another 80 years, when it comes to the South, maybe somebody from the South or from the East will go. They will do it in that. You see, you don't need support from the North to be a president. You don't. This is where Fulanis are more dangerous and more wise than the South. Watch out! Each time that it is time to contest for presidency, all the people that will contest from the North, even the vice, They will all come from Fulani tribe. Do you ask yourself why? Because they have silenced every part of North. No tribe, when it comes to money, they're the one in position of money. All the high-ranking offices in the North, they're the one in position. So other people from the North cannot talk. But when it comes to South, we'll be dragging it. And that will give them, the only way one person will succeed in the South is to run to them for support. And when you run to them, they will give you their condition. They will give you a condition. And if you will abide with their condition, enough for you to win. And when you become president, you can't do anything. You can't. There's nothing you can do. That is why we are failing.
All right. Now, let's go back to the economic war I was talking about. Look at what this man said. Very important.
The hunger we faced from the beginning of this year for next year is going to be worse, because you have to look at their strategy. Now they are trying to stop people from going to farms, especially in the northeast, in the northwest, and the north central. They know if they do that, the whole country will be in hunger and there will be agitation. People can take weapons against Gunmen. We shouldn't take it lightly. You should understand this. We had issues of hunger in January, February, and March. And we will have worse if we didn't stop these people from preventing people to go to farmlands and cultivate their farms.
You're not recognized.
You get the point?
Yeah.
It's simple as that. Everything you are seeing about hunger today was planned. During COVID-19, that is the time they send people down to south, to southwest, to southeast. People, if I tell you how these people terrorize in our bushes, what are they doing? Just a simple plan, what this man said. Make sure these people don't go to farm. Let there be hunger. Let them get hungry. When there is hunger in Nigeria, it will divert their attention from what we want to do. We'll continue to do what we want to do, while they will be, craving for what they are going to eat. And as you can see today, stampede. Stampede happened in 3 places, and up to 53 persons died. Just imagine. So, this is an orchestrated plan.
But it's tempting because we have cowards as leaders in the South. Whether you like it or not, we have cowards. Okay, why do I say it? The northern governors, during the time of Obasanjo, they proposed Sharia law in their state. And they go, and it can't to pass. They make it a law in their state. Look at in the South. We have governors who don't have, that I can say they are women. All the governors in the South, they are all women. Why do I say they are women? They cannot make decisions in their state. Passing a law, signing a bill to ban this Fulanis carrying their cattle, walking on the roads and this thing, they can't sign it. Why? Because if they can do this, they can, all these governors in the South, we come together and ban this. One, you will see reasons why you should stop people living in the bush. Because anybody that you see in the bush will be seen as a criminal. Anybody, but today, if you see a herder in the bush with cow, you can't easily call him a criminal. You see, why? When you know that this herder in the bush has an agenda, he know why he was there. His AK-47 is parked close there. Somewhere. But if they can pass a bill that will ban all this movement, cow movement all over the South, and stand on it, I know it will create a lot of noise, They will say, "Oh, I could remember last time. I think that was during the time of Buhari, the former Attorney General. He was saying, if you stop the car movement, that's their business. What about the Igbo that are selling motor parts? Look at their mentality. Eh? It will create a lot of noise. But who cares? Nobody cares. The most important is protect your people. But what do? They don't have any, they can't do it. They are cowards. They will keep on talking. How many years now that people are being killed? People are being killed in Delta. People are being killed in all the states in Yoruba land, in the south, in the east. They can't even make a law that will ban movement of cows in the street, in the bush. How can somebody, I plant a cassava to make food for my family. Somebody will go with his cow and eat up my cassava. Does it make sense?
It doesn't.
You plant a maize. Somebody will go with his cow and eat up the maize. Does it make sense? And the governors are there every day. They are talking nonsense. So, my brother, no matter whatever is their agenda, if we have people in politicians in the South that have courage, we can stop them. We can't stop them.
But look at the issue. These people's plan is huge, and I am so disappointed at so many politicians from the South. Now, you see this man they call Ikenga Imogochire.
Yeah.
You know the man is outspoken. The man is always supporting the man is like the only opposition voice you can hear in Nigeria. And he speaks the truth to power. He called his spade a spade. But recently, there is a threat on his life. They want to kill him. Why?
Yeah.
These are the things. And everybody is now raising their voice. Everybody is just trying to raise an alarm that look at what is about to happen. Because the threat is real. Remember, at a time, there was assassination attempt on his life where he and his family ran away. So I was listening to Michael Maxwell Oparadi, one of the council to Nnamdi Kanu, still raising the alarm today. I said, this threat is still on.
It's not today. It's that even the governor of Imo State, Hope Uzodinma, he has been in loggerhead with Hope Uzodinma. There was a time, one of the court ruling, he was the court ruling. He was denied of told him that he didn't win the election. He went up to the Supreme Court. They restored him back. So who is behind all this? Hope Uzodinma. And since Hope Uzodinma became the governor of Imo State has not been livable.
Yeah.
There have been trouble. And people like Hope Uzodinma, they are not elected by the people. There is someone put them there, and they are dancing on the tone of whatever the tone that the people that put them there play. That's what he is dancing. For Hope, if you go to Imo State, you can't see anything. You can't see anything. Nothing is happening in Imo State. Nothing. It's just all the roads that leads to the city. Everything is in a mess. So you don't expect this kind of people to protect you. You don't expect these people to protect you. Like, okay, well, you see, when you come to everybody will say, "Oh, ipob this, ipob that." Let me tell you, the main reason why governors in the Southeast prescribed ipob, Nnamdi and his group, was this: they saw him as a threat to them. They see the guy gaining momentum, gaining crowd, that they think if they allow him, there will be a time that he'll be the one making decision in the Southeast. That is their threat. Nothing. Nnamdi can never do anything. They see him that, this boy, if we allow him, it means time will come when he will be the one making decisions in the Southeast, that he will be the one commanding powers, commanding authorities, whoever he wants to be the governor. to go to Abuja, all these things. Yes, that was their problem. That was their problem. Nnamdi Kanu, ipob never caused any problem. They never caused any harm to people. Up to today, they are not causing any harm. But because they did that, Buhari, who is a core enemy to Igbos, see it as an opportunity to deal with the Igbo. And look, you know, when you think, oh, you, like I said before, if you betray your father, your mother, your people to please your enemy, your enemy will never trust you.
Yeah.
He can never trust you. That
because
is
if you can betray your mother, who are they?
Who are they? That is exactly what happened. I see what happened in the north recently during this bad government. Those kids that were arrested by. If that was in the southeast, I tell you today, those people would not have been released. Nobody will release them. They would have packed them.
It could be true. It could be true.
It could be true. They would have packed them ipob. But it happens in north, and everybody raised voice, and they were released. If it's in the southeast, they will still be in detention today.
What you are saying is not far from the truth. So, like me, I am always fighting against injustice, and I am always happy when people are released. But what you said is true. Like this TikToker, I am happy that Nnamdi was able to release him, because in a sane environment, police will not even go and arrest him. But what the boy said, if someone say it and they arrested him, that person is from the south, they will just say it's an ipob member. Take a listen.
Nigeria youths, any police will stop you for, will harass you, will ask for your phone, I beat them. Yes, I start to beat them. If they like make it be 20 years old, if you like make the police be 85, I beat them, make it no stand up. If I stone them, I beat them. You know, go better for them. Aura for aura, strength for strength. Enough is enough. If not like they look like Mumu, they don't burn any police inside this court. If they burn you, Inspector of General Police, I do it. I put my picture for all. I send that to all our police. So anywhere where they see me, call them. May they pass their boundary. I go fuck now up. No go better for now. Nigeria youth.
Thank God that this thing happened in Lagos State. That they arrested him in Lagos State and charged him in Lagos State. If this thing happened in the south, the boy is gone.
He's gone.
They will not even see him again.
He's gone.
And that is why most of the time people will tell me, be careful, be careful. But one thing is sure, if everyone is afraid, who is going to speak?
That's the
Who is going to speak? If everyone is afraid, who is going? Look at what they are doing to Dende Faro TV. But thank God that people gathered him. People are doing all those things. Now, sorry to just, let me chip this one in. Listen to that Michael Opara, what he's saying about Ugochire. This man is a politician, a House of Rep member for that matter. But why do they want to kill him?
Okay, gentlemen of the press, this particular press briefing is all about sometime last month or thereabout. I told you how some persons plan to frame, attack, or eliminate Ikenga, Honorable Ikenga Imoguchi. You see, that particular plan has resurrected again. If you watch, Ikenga Ugochi has been speaking for opposition political party in the Federal House of Rep. I've been a political activist. He has been on it. He has been doing his activism without any fear of contradiction or favor. But some persons, both in PDP and some supporters of FCT ministers, is not comfortable with his activism and the criticism. So we learned that there is a plan to frame him up. with a drop of charges. Probably getting somebody to mention one of these terrorist suspects, just getting mentioned that he's the person sponsoring you, or he's one of those that are sponsoring terrorism in this country. We have all those plans. And I want to tell whoever that is involved that it will not stand. We, lawyers in defense of democracy, it will not stand. Any attempt to frame him up, any attempt to attack him will be highly resisted. And we are calling Mr. President to look at those who are criticizing your government. These are those of us in opposition criticizing your government. We are the people that are telling you the truth. We are the people that are helping your government. Honorable Ikenga Imo Ugochi has been there before, criticizing before this government, and even before he joined politics fully. So trying to intimidate him, trying to silence him with a trump-up charges will be resisted. And nobody will have it all. Because if you watch what Ikenga Ugochi is talking about, just what you have in PDP, how some PDP leadership that's supposed to form opposition is now working for APC, thereby rendering Nigeria to be a one-party state, which is not good to our democracy. You also talked about how the minister of FCT, Nyesom Wike, is making things very difficult in Rivers State. He criticized all these things. So this is not a ground for somebody to start attacking him. We, the lawyers in defense of democracy, members of NBA Human Rights Committee, concerned members of NBA Human Rights Committee, will resist it. And any attempt for that will move to the street. That is our message we want to pass to Mr. President. And all this intimidation, all this clamping down of opposition will not help Mr. President. Mr. President should look at those who are ready to help his government, not those who are looking for something to put in their pocket. Honorable Ikenga Imo Ugochi is a force to reckon with. Is the hope of the youth. In the entire Southeast, as we speak now, he is the political leader in the entire Southeast. Take it or you leave it. Go and cite up opinion, because he has been there. He has been carrying people along. He has been showing people what representation is all about, what advocacy is all about, what opposition is all about. So we are calling on Mr. President. We are calling Inspector General of Police. We are calling Director DSSS. Please don't allow anybody to use you. Don't allow anybody to use you. One of the people that made Buhari's government very unpopular are those praise singers. And today, Buhari has been
All right, I have taken the point I want to take from the video. You heard him right about everything he said about this Ikenga Ugochi, House of Rep member representing, part of Imo State.
Yeah, that is this party in our low side. That or south, something like that.
Yeah. So, what did the man do? But I have been listening to the man. I have so many videos of the man. The man, I've been following him. He speaks the truth. It's not his fault that he finds himself in a criminal political circle, in a country where law does not work. You understand? Maybe they are angry that the man is calling for the release of Nnamdi Kanu. The man is doing this. The man is genuinely just speaking out. What do you think?
You must know that he is stepping on people's toe. You must understand that. And this is what is happening in Nigeria is like the voice of Esau. I think the hand of Esau and the voice of Jacob. That is what is happening in Nigeria. This is I am telling you, it's not about, it's not, this is President Tinubu is behind all this, whether Nigerians like it or not, because he wants to silence every opposition. He don't want opposition before 2027 election. That is why anyone who wants to, he will see as a threat to his coming back in 2027, he will do everything to suppress that person. He will not come, he cannot come by himself. He will use other people. Look at what Wike is doing in Rivers State. Who is behind it? He's serving under Tinubu's regime.
Yeah.
Wike is just a minister. Wike doesn't control police. He doesn't control DSS. But he doesn't control judiciary. But you see what is happening. Who is Wike? Just a minister like every other minister. So this is the hand of Asa, I see, but the voice of Jacob. That is what it is. Ugo Chinyere, we all know, like I said, he has always been in a loggerhead with Tinubu, with Ozodema. Ozodema never want him. Ozodema never want him. And we all know that Hope Ozodema is a supporter of President Tinubu. We all know this. These are the problems. What about what is? He did nothing to them. It's not about his supporting Nnamdi or this. They see him as an opposition, and they want to silence him. That's all. He did nothing. He did nothing. It's an opposition. That is the answer. It's an opposition.
So that the same opposition is what they are doing against people now, because anybody talking contrary to what the evil they are doing is opposition. You understand? Yes. Because everything, once you are saying the truth, you're already in trouble. Like what the TV said today. I like what he said today.
The thing I need all of you to know is this. I am not unmindful of the sacrifices that you have made to be here today. May the grace of God find and locate you wherever you are. Amen. It's not ever an easy journey when you are fighting evil.
Yes.
But
that is the point. It is never an easy journey when you are fighting the evil. What do you think about the Paroti incarceration? Anyway, let's take a listen to the Farotimi first.
The thing I need all of you to know is this. I am not unmindful of the sacrifices that you have made to be here today. May the grace of God find and locate you wherever you are. Amen. It's not ever an easy journey when you are fighting evil.
Yes.
But some years back, before I started this work, God told me very clearly, and I heard it very clearly. He says, once have I spoken. Once has he spoken, twice have I heard. He says, the truth is enough. It is the only weapon by which you can slay the monster called Nigeria. The truth, nothing else. In my public advocacy, in my fight and my wars against this evil empire that we all live in, I have never lied against anyone. Yeah. If I don't know, I'll say I don't know. That's the thing I need all of you to know is this.
All right. You understand?
So, I'm with kids, so
No, I understand. So what do you think about the issue of the Faroti? There are two sentences he made. The first of all, it is never an easy thing to fight evil. That is number one. Number two, he said, I have never lied to or lied against anybody. If I don't know, I will say I don't know. You know what that means? He's telling us that what I wrote, I mean it is true. Yeah.
But you should know that the referendum to me is a lawyer.
Yeah.
Before a lawyer, I believe that as a lawyer, he knows the implications of what he is doing.
Yes. Exactly.
He understands everything that he's doing. And I believe that everything he put down on that book, if you call him to provide evidence, the fact, I believe that he will do them. He has all of them. Because he can't just be a lawyer and put something that when he is called for questioning, he will be talking like somebody that don't know what he's doing. I don't believe that. I don't believe that. And we all know that Nigeria is I don't know, jungle.
Jungle is good.
Better than Nigeria, because in jungle there is a natural law that governs the jungle, that a rat knows the time he should go out. That is
because
safe,
of
and he will keep to that time.
Yeah.
A deer know the time he should go out, so that he will not be caught by a lion or this thing, and he will keep that time. As long as you maintain those natural laws, you will be going and coming back safely. But Nigeria is worse than jungle, where you see a python does not kill because that the python is hungry. A python strangle because he wants to prove that I am superior than you. Lion kill because he wants to prove that I'm stronger than you, not because the lion is hungry. That is the story of Nigeria. They refer to me case. This Afe Babalola, or whatever they call him, why using state apparatus to come after the referendum when you should have go to court and challenge whatever that is in that book? Now, why do I say that all this that is happening in Nigeria is the hand of Esau, but the voice of Jacob? That is it. Because Tinubu is the president of Nigeria. He is the one that has power over police, army, DSS, and this is not just an ordinary senior advocate. No matter what, no matter your whoever you are, you cannot command military or force in Nigeria, except you are even governors cannot command police, except the president. Then somebody will order police. An ordinary police will go to Lagos, arrest somebody, and take him to Ekiti State. Knowing very well that this law, this reason why they arrested doesn't exist in Ekiti State. They still organize a court and remind him to prison. You see all these things. Afe Babalola is the one that they front in this case, but it's not Afe Babalola. It's not him. This is Tinubu fighting all the people that he see as an opposition to silence them. This is what he is doing. You see, the TikToker guy, the police come out and say anyone who insults the politicians or president or this, they will arrest him.
They will arrest him.
This is Tinubu. This is Tinubu. Nobody is doing these things. This is Tinubu. Nigeria should understand where all these are coming. Tinubu don't want to hear anybody. He wants to make sure that before 2027, there will be nobody to challenge him. Look at what is. If you look at Nigerian politics today, you see a PDP. You can see that there's nothing like PDP anymore. PDP is in shambles. You can't the Labour Party that challenge him in 2027. Today, you can see that there's nothing like the Labour Party anymore.
They bought them over.
They bought them over. You see this is what Tinubu want to achieve, and he want to make sure that all the people that could come together and form a party that could challenge him in 2027, he makes sure that he suppress them. Now they're using cyber crime, cyber bullying. The police are using it too against people. Look at it. So all these things you are seeing, you are hearing what is happening. Tinubu is behind all of them. He knows what he is doing. Anybody that is telling you it's Afe Babalola is this, It's the police, Nigerian police is doing this. Who is Nigerian police? Who the IG police? Who appoint him? The president of Nigeria has power to appoint him, to suspend him, and replace him with someone like an assistant. Replace him with someone. Before you know it, he will buy what we have today is a copy of the senators, a copy of the executive now. The House of Rep member a copy of the people say it's not even rubber stamp, it's a copy. So those ones we don't have. We don't have Senate. We don't have House of Rep. The people that are supposed to be the hope of common man today have been bought over, which is the judiciary. Today you can see in an advanced society, if you see a judge or a chief justice of the federation having dinner with a governor or a president or politician, that day he will, if he didn't give them reasons, a good reason why he was seen with a politician, he will lose his position in an advanced country. Because these are the people that should be checkmating each other. Senators should checkmate the executives. The judiciary should checkmate them. But when you see these people today, they are one.
Daddy, come bread and celebration.
Go to meet Antino now. These two people, these three people, they are one. So who will save Nigeria? Nobody. Nobody will save Nigeria. Nobody will save Nigeria. Akwabi will tell you that whatever Tinubu bring on the table, they will approve it. The police will tell you that anybody who insults him, they will arrest him. They will tell you, if you don't go to court, which court are you going? The court that they are building house for them, the judges and the Supreme Court judges, they are giving them gift and in the open. Who will save you? So, my brother, what has happened in Nigeria? All the people, they refer to me, Gochin, all of them they are oppositions, and they are doing everything to silence them. I listen to people that will say, Peter Obi should do. Why can't he front himself, do this? Look, Nigeria, let me tell you, no matter whatever that happens, Peter Obi, Nigeria, I tell you, Nigeria does not worth dying for. Nigeria, if you die because of Nigeria, you die for nothing. Why do I say it? Nigeria, if Peter Obi died today, or this Dero Faro Terminal die, within some few weeks, Nigerians will forget him. They forgot him. People like Bola Ige, they are forgotten. They are the people that stand for the truth in Nigeria. They have been forgotten. Today, Ken Sowore, who want to fight for his own people, I better kill him. His people has forgotten him. They have moved on with their life. Name them. There are many people like Nnamdi Kanu today. If Nnamdi Kanu died today, that's just the people will just move on with their life.
Even when he have not died in prison, people are forgetting him.
Forgetting him. You see. So when you look at this, when people say, "Oh, Peter Obi, they rip you off, they stay on mandate, you should do this," I look at them, I say, you guys are crazy. These people, they have orchestrated their plans. They are waiting for Peter Obi to step in so that they will clamp him down, and the man will be in prison. You people will shout, "Hey, hey, 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 hey!" And Nigeria is a country that doesn't obey law.
No, yeah.
They will go to court. The court will set him free. He will come out. They will arrest him again, and go by. Before you know, they file another count charges against him and hold him and run to another court. The same another court will give them, we approve this thing, and keep him in the prison. How many times the court have set Nnamdi free? Did you see? Do they obey it? No. So if you are doing whatever you're doing in Nigeria, you have to be very careful. You have to be very, very careful. Nigeria doesn't want dying for. If you die in Nigeria, I know that for every country to be good, people must die. People must die. But Nigerian case is different. Nigerian case is different. Especially we from the south and southeast. We from the south.
It's all right. It's so pathetic. Africa Pekin, Merry Christmas. Good morning. Thanks for joining us.
Yeah, good morning, my brother. Merry Christmas to you and all the Biafrans.
Merry Christmas to you. Anyway, about a few days ago, the NBS, Nigeria Bureau of Statistics, they released a data that 614,000 Nigerians were killed in 2023 to 2024, and within the period of 1 year, that 2.2 million people were adopted in 1 year, and 2.2 trillion naira was paid as ransom by citizens. As if that is not enough, while we are saying that, we understand the seasons of this Christmas, how all these people who are carrying out ethnic cleansing used to go to southern Kaduna, Benue, Plateau State to carry their ethnic cleansing. And we have been warning them time without number. But unfortunately, what we have been warning has come to pass. That gunmen invade Plateau State community, kill 15 residents amid Christmas preparation. What do you have to say about this?
Well, there's actually nothing much to say about it, because it's actually not new. It's not strange.
Yeah.
You remember sometime in Benue State, I think, during Etom, I think when Etom was the governor, I think on the Christmas, more than 100 people were killed.
Yeah.
See, so so that's why I say it's not strange. It's not new. You know, like me, I always I don't like discussing Nigeria issue any longer. You know, the only thing I can discuss, the only interest there is if we can actually find solution to our problem. Not solution to Nigeria, but solution to our problem. In the sense that by finding solution to our problem, we are talking about our family. So how can we survive? Now, how can we now separate ourselves
and protect ourselves?
You know, separate ourselves. You have to separate yourself first before you go protect yourself. Now you want to go like that. My brother said just now that lions don't kill because they are hungry. No, they kill because they are hungry, because that is how God created them. Not their food be that. But if you happen to be living, you know, I made one comment in your other program today that we have to also think like animals. You understand? And we have to reason ourselves as animals. If we don't always reason like that, it means that we have forgotten our roots. You understand now? Because if you look at the things that are enticing us today, they are actually not natural things. They are man-made things. You understand? So if you want to go back to the natural way we started, we actually started from the forest. You understand? Our grandparents built at least the huts where we lived. You understand? And we were very close to the animals. So most of these events today, the ideas actually came from the animals. So if you take your time to look, just stand on the street, look at all the cars that are passing by, look at the headlights of all the cars. They are eyes of animals, tigers, and you know, just take your time to look at them. You know, the white men, they design things like, if you look at the robot they are designing now, it's in the shape of animals. Things are bad. You understand me? So if you forget that route, it means you are missing everything. So that is the major problem we have. You understand me? So until we start to think of like the things that are really happening in our environment, they are really not encouraging, because the people there, they are lost. If you want to know how lost Nigerians are, just go to Facebook or go to Twitter or go to these media handles. You understand me? Just try to be, spend like 1 hour. just be going through maybe like adverts, like short comedy. These short comedies of about maybe 20 seconds, you know, maybe some events, some guys that are inventing things, you know, maybe inventing slippers, or maybe some things they are inventing, maybe some carpentry things, mechanical things. Somebody inventing, maybe try to explain how you can pull your car out when you have accident, you know, with maybe some little things like some gum and those things. You understand? You see these people from Pakistan, China, you know, even America, other countries, you know, they but when you come across Nigerian comedy, what do you see? You see one girl with big nyash. Somebody is hiding and looking at the girl. The girl's in the bedroom taking her bath. Somebody is hiding and looking at her. This one touched the girl nyash. As the guy run enter her, as the girl run follow him, or he put money for ground. My dear, you see what other countries they bring out. You see what they bring out. So now then you go try to think how will they think at all. You understand? You go first they behave now. So you go think how you want to find their solution. I don't know if you know, because sometimes the thing Nigerian problem, they really tire person. Okay, like this Varotimi case, for example, now. I tell you, say this case is just like a comedy. You will not believe me.
Now read this script too.
Just let me explain to you if you want me to do that.
Right done.
I think he's freed now, Abi. He will now go home.
Yeah.
Okay, what is next? They'll start
the judgment.
The judgment. Okay. If they now see that he's having upper hand in the case, what is going to happen? His case is going to be like Nnamdi Kanu's case. They'll start to adjourn, and if they adjourn that case more than 1 month, other events will overtake it.
Exactly.
So they know what they are doing. So if you are a wise person in that country, you know how the game plays. It's just the same game. It's just recycling. It's just the same game. It's just recycling. The only thing, why the thing is getting worse, is because they are preventing our people from going to the farm.
Exactly.
That is why you see Nigerians react. I think Nigerians, because even when they say there's no job, it's really no big problem. You see, like in those days, I don't really know. We don't have farm. But I think I was born in the city, you understand? So I didn't grow up in the village. So I went to primary school, secondary school, everything in the city. But I have, you know, we have this love during our time in the 80s. There was this love during our time whereby you can follow your neighbor to their farms. You go and walk with, you know, the children, your age mate, you follow their father, you know, you go to the farm with them, not for money. Maybe that they can give you anything, but that's not really for money, just because of the love we had then, you know, which they have really destroyed that. I don't think the youth of these days understand what that really is, you know. You understand? But just because of that love, we do those things those days. But these days it cannot happen. So if with the way things are hard now in Nigeria, you will see many people go back to their villages, because you know that if you can cultivate an hectare of cassava, you know how much it is in the market.
Exactly.
But can you go to the farm now? So you see, that is why Nigerians are kind of now getting the message. You understand? And that's why they're not feeling that. And so somehow it was like just like as Nnamdi kind of flashed the message initially. But people didn't understand what he was talking about. Even most of us didn't actually believe it is a thing that will come to reality.
Yeah.
You understand me? If you tell me today that Fulani will come and take over my village, I'll tell you, how is that possible?
Yes, I will tell you that is not possible.
No, it's not possible now, but it's really coming to reality now. So so I don't know, because of the ability for them to be able to organize, to execute their plan to this level. Definitely, it is also going to take the people a lot of time to find a real solution. You understand me? Because it's a very hard challenge.
Yeah.
It's a really, and the worst part of it is that the government, the military are now covering them.
Yeah.
So if
that is another part.
Even when you are trying to fight them, you must be ready to fight the military. You see, that's where the whole thing gets really worse for everybody. That's why I see people are like quiet and confused. Like the other guy that was talking in your program. I think that was yesterday evening. The other guy you introduced his channel. I think one Kelly. Okay. Like what that guy said is just the only solution. It's just the only solution. These guys, we must unite. We must unite and have a secret way of removing these guys. Finish. I think they see the way, if they see that we have come out with a new pattern that is not traceable, you see that they will start to run. Come out with an untraceable pattern, they will start to run away. That is, I'm telling you, because this, let me tell you, it's just like like me, I'm from Edo State. You understand me now? So when you talk about this mafia style of life, it's part of us. There's nobody that is from Edo State that's not a mafia.
The guy was talking from experience because he's part of the vigilante in our village.
That's what I'm telling you. That's why I'm using my state for example. Now I'm from Edo State. There's nobody that is from Edo State that is not a mafia. That is why you see the rate of cultism is high there. Because even when you are not part of the cultists, you also have to be careful.
Exactly.
Because it's not written on your head. Yeah, because you can be going out with a friend, or you have a friend, and you don't even know if he belongs to one of them. You understand? So when activities are going on, he's running for his life to hide himself. You too, that is not even a member, you also have to run and hide for yourself because it's not written on your forehead. I don't know. So what am I trying to say is that everybody there is vigilant, and there's nobody that cannot react. There's nobody that cannot react, because when you push anybody from that part of the country, the person will easily react, because the first thing the person will think is, I have to protect my life. You understand? So that is why you see people from our side. There's a way we behave. We are different from other people from other parts of the area. So you understand? So that's why I'm saying the idea that guy talked about yesterday is just the best solution. Finish. Outside that one, if we continue to preach on today, I think now they brought a Sharia, whether the court or the school, I don't know, to Ibadan.
The court.
Okay, they just launched it, Abi. Okay.
Yeah.
What is supposed to be the next action? You see what happened in was it Imo State when they were trying to bring this IDP? Bros, that is the next action. Immediately, just any building where they just talk now here be the place, bros. The next day, the youth of that place bring them down. Those guys will go back. They won't do it again. I'm telling you. I thought you are trying to say no. It's not possible. Just be there. By the time they put the building there, they'll put military man for the front with gun. What are you going to say? No. There was a time in Benin. This was years ago. These guys that used to collect tax, that used to give a ticket. You know, I don't want to call them out, but because it's their job, you know. These guys that used to give tickets. You understand? So it happened that he gave a ticket to this Fulani guy that is hawking yam. So the Fulani guy refused to accept the ticket, and because he didn't accept the ticket, so he wasn't going to pay for it. So the guy refused to accept the ticket from the ticket officer. That was just before you know it, this guy brought out knife. Boom. Directly to the stomach of that other guy. Huge guy, I'm telling you, very thick, huge guy. I'm telling you that. Directly to the guy. I'm telling you, it happened in Benin. Maybe as I'm saying, people that got up, and this happened around the, I think early 2000 and 2004, between that time. That's how these guys left the knife. Piam. The guy ran into the police station close to the place where the event happened. And the police protected the Fulani guy. And that Benin guy, the guy that the ticket officer died. So the thing became, because the police protected the guy, and because that guy is a very huge guy and a very popular guy in the town, like one of these called strong guys, you know, that is popular. So, you know, the town was like hot. So anyway, they see the Fulani guys, they were ready to take on them. Let me tell you what happened. The next morning, because it happened in the evening, you know, Before guys, we need to, no, don't, he died for hospital. No, the next day, the money as their plan. Where the Fulani used to gather in Ring Road, they have where they used to sell wristwatch, or they have Fulani things, generally, all this outside, there's a place they used to stay there. The next morning, the military men were there, they surrounded them and led them from there to the barracks. What are you telling me? Now, what I don't see with my eye now, not be say them tell me for, not be say I read that for news. I saw with my eyes. So you see, we have been rounded up. There's no need to pretend. We have just been rounded up. We should be thinking of something, how to do something immediately. That's just what we should be thinking of. Okay, can you imagine all the events, all the things that has been taking place? Didn't you see how effective Samuel Ekpa's action was to them? Because it was matching them according to the way they were bringing it. I don't know if you understand. See how joyful they are now. You see how joyful they are now. When they were killing the NSAS protesters. You see how they come out from their vehicle, they were bouncing now. You know, you understand, because you are not carrying anything, you are not challenging them. But if it happens to where that you have to challenge them, you see them and they'll not be looking at their side, or you understand, you see the fear in them. You know, we just have to really think very fast and stop this nonsense. And support, at least if we cannot do it, let us support those that are doing it and see how it can work for us. At least you understand, at least everybody cannot do it. At least let's support those that can do it, put our voice together and try to unite. Because there's already a problem on the ground. We shouldn't pretend about it. I don't know, okay, like me now, I'm in abroad now. Here now is very cold. You understand me? If it's not because of the Christmas, I am at home. On the 2nd of January, I'll resume work. Okay, imagine now, inside this, I have to go to work in the morning. I leave my house by 5:30 in the morning, and I come back by 6 o'clock in the evening. You understand me? So, and if I stay for like 2 months or 3 months, I don't go to work, which means I'm going to be in big problem, because how am I going to pay the rent? How am I going to meet up with? But if I'm in my country, with the little money I have, even if it's one small kiosk I open in my outside, I can be selling pure water, they're selling biscuit there, and I'll be surviving. Yeah. I maybe have a little farm nearby my village, and I'll live normal. I'll not be stressing myself. But then I have to wake up in the morning, enter the cold to go to work. Can you imagine?
You've got to eat. Thank you so much, Africa Pekin. You know, according to you, if you start talking about the problem of Nigeria, from now to tomorrow, it will not end though.
Let us start taking a class solution. Let us put our head together and find a way to stop this rubbish and get our own country, and let us move on with our life. We are too civilized to be living with these people now. We are just too. That is the biggest problem. We are too civilized to be living with them. And they are not even. They have occupied all the positions. So where are we going to start from? Without using force against them, it's not possible. It's not possible. Thank you very much. Let me allow the people to make their contributions. Thank you for the time.
It's all right. Thank you so much. Mr. Nathaniel, you can unmute yourself.
Good evening, my brother.
Good morning, sir. Merry Christmas. You can be audible. You can be more audible so that we can hear you better.
Yeah, good morning, my brother.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning, Nigerians. In fact, I don't know what to say, because when I got to discover about this news, it's just heartbreaking that in this 21st century, when Christians are celebrating, we'll be celebrating in pains. It's just so unfortunate to hear that people are slaughtered and killed on a Christmas Eve like this. I don't know what is happening. But when the Muslims are celebrating, yeah, it's not a new thing. But when we continue saying that things are not a new thing, because it is not a new thing, we continue allowing those things to continue to happen. This is wrong. The same thing happened in apart from the killing, but you know I will take it just in this form that the way they try to instigate people in Lagos State. I think a few days ago there was a church in the Lekki area of Lagos where a banner was placed that Jesus Christ is not God in front of a mosque. What message are all these things preaching? These messages are preaching war. They are preaching religious crisis. Yeah? There was this song that I used to like. Each time I hear that song, the song was played by this rainmaker, Majek Fashek. You know, where each time I hear that song, I keep meditating, wondering when are Christians and Muslims going to unite? You know, so you see that we are breeding injustice in Nigeria. Our government are not helping hands. We are in a secular state in Nigeria where Christian, Muslim, and traditional religion worshippers are together, and yet we cannot comprehend. Everybody does not know how to respect each and every religion, which is not so in civilized countries. I am in UK. I've lived here for close to going to, if not, let's say 4 years now. I have never witnessed any form of religious crisis. You know, you will see the Muslims in their own domain. You see the Christians in their own domain. You know, and you see other believers
have you
also.
Have you ever seen a country where Christians and Muslims are 50-50 in population?
You hardly find it like that. It's either the Christians are in more in population, or that the Muslims are more in population, especially if you are living in a country that is, regarded as a Muslim country. But in countries where their law is secular, their law is secular.
Do you know why I asked you this question?
No.
Because if you study history, part of the wars, majority of the wars they fought is because of religion. There is no country that two religions can go 50-50 on earth. It doesn't go in that way.
It doesn't go that way.
You have Christians, you have Muslims, but the Jewish people own the state of Israel.
Of course.
In London there, whether you like it or not, even though the government today don't like Christians there, London is a Christian country.
It's a Christian
America,
country.
Yeah, there are Muslims in America, but America is a Christian country. There are Christians in Dubai, but Dubai is a Muslim country. Even though we have, yes, but Nigeria, they are fighting that Nigeria must be a Muslim country when it is 50-50. And what they are fighting, for me, I don't think is a bad thing, but the country should separate so that they continue to, dominate their own and make their Muslim country to be good. The country must separate. There is no way this country can go on like this.
That is the point.
There is no way.
That is the point. Because to be honest with you, if you see the way the country is going, if the Muslim wants to, because to be honest, I will have to say that the Muslim is trying to take dominance.
Not trying to, they have taken dominance.
Yes. Why I say they are trying? Why I say they are trying is because there is a particular part of the country, especially the eastern part of the country, where you know that 100% the people there are Christians. Then when you come to the western part of the country,
You know
you
why
see that
it's
they have,
difficult for them? They have spent billions penetrating the
yes,
East,
the
installing
East.
politicians. But you know why it's difficult? Because the Easterners have left. In their mind, in their mentality, they have left Nigeria.
In
So
spirit and
it's
everything.
difficult. Yes, it's difficult for you to conquer people who are not there. If you want to bring anything you bring, they are prepared for it. After all, they fought war before. So
That
according to
is it.
Dede Farotimi, he said the Igbos are the most prepared people for this country.
Of course,
So
of course.
that is just the situation, and we must face the reality that this country cannot go on like, okay, Kemi Bednock, she says something that everybody is castigating her. What she said in her first speech was, she was just talking about her experiences, just like someone who is sharing her life story.
When she was growing up in Nigeria.
Yeah, they called it a living book. Someone you can come out and tell your stories to the world. And that is where she said in Nigeria, politicians used to enrich themselves and loot the money. The poor people, they live there. Kashima now hit back and said, other people like Elon Musk are making their countries to be proud. You are now spitting venom that you can remove Kenny from your name so that we know you are not Nigeria. She thought maybe the lady will say, oh, sorry, sir, sorry, sir. The lady now hit back, sir. I can't remove my name because I'm Yoruba. I have no connection with Northern Boko Haram, Nigeria. So ever since then, have you seen Kashima, Kashin Shettima talk again?
He is not knowledgeable, because if he's not knowledgeable, the mess he went to do in I think the country, I think this seminar he went and started talking about Palestine need to be freed.
No, it's UN conference.
UN conference. Not knowing that he went there to contradict himself. If you are talking about freedom of a country, why you have forgotten that in a country where you are living, you have not even thought about freeing people who are looking for their own freedom. You have not even talked about allowing them to go. And indirectly, you are a sponsor. In most of the documentary I've heard about him, he's a sponsor of Boko Haram. And because our country, we do not remember things, we have a kind of short memory. Nigerians don't remember things easily.
Because they use, then they social media, they do breast.
Yes, thank you. Just exactly what the last speaker just saying. You will see the difference of our social media and the difference of people in modern world, what they try to invent into the social media. In Africa, not only Nigeria, in Africa, what they do, because they have not gotten the technicality or the technical know-how of how to run inventories or run technological advancement. The only thing they know, because they feel that social media is presently monetizing people, paying people any skit you make, either Facebook pay you or YouTube pay you. So every Dick and Harry are now in social media trying just to make ends meet without knowing the message they are passing. And this message goes a very long way, because people who are watching African skits, they continue looking at Africans as people who are unserious. They look at us as people who are unserious. Instead of us to be thinking of ways of advancing our technological know-how, we are busy behaving like animals, just the way he rightly said it. You see? So, and in situations like this, I think that the only best way this country can go is everybody should get prepared. The other Kemi, not the Kemi Bad North, the other Kemi, the one in America, predicted that something is about to happen on the 31st. And this is just a message that something is likely to happen on the 31st, that the eastern part of Nigeria should get prepared. and defend their people. How are we going to defend our people when the governors, the politicians in the southeast are even making life unbearable, making life unbearable for our people? Nnamdi Kanu is supposed to be free by now. If anybody tells me he's still going to remain in that place and perform this Christmas celebration, I will not believe. Look at the Easterners also fighting themselves, going as far as traveling to Finland to cause commotion. IPOB, a divided house. The new government of Biafra Republic government in exile that just did their what do you call it? Their redeclaration also had a divided house just because Ekpa himself had a little problem. Is this the way forward? I think it's a high time that they have to start dealing with these politicians, because I think that is the way forward. Because to be honest, if we do not know how to speak the truth to power, we should know how to speak the truth to our freedom. Because they have given these politicians enough time, they have tested them, they have believed in them. One thing they have just discovered is that they are no longer trusted. Because sometimes you say, if you are tested and you are trusted, that means you can be given the chance to lead the people. But this time around, they have been tested but not trusted. So when you cannot trust anybody whom you are entrusting your life of leadership onto, what do you categorize a person for? You take that person to be a saboteur. You treat every one of them as a saboteur. So it is a high time our men are on ground. I know my dues. I'm from the eastern part of the country as well. I pay my dues here to the government as well. I set my direct debit monthly, weekly, to see that I help to make sure that our southeast is peaceful. People could go about doing their businesses and people could go about doing whatever they are doing, irrespective of the fact my parents are still in the country. But I'm paying these dues to be sure that the men we have on ground are doing everything possible to make sure they secure this land. And if care is not taken, I'm telling you, even our brothers in South, those in Delta, those in Akwa Ibom, those in Port Harcourt, Bayelsa, and so on, who feel that maybe they are a little bit safe because they are trying to escape themselves from saying they are part of Biafra. It's time they have to start waking up. The Igbos have paid enough price. Some people are saying, why Igbos? It's only Igbos. Why is it the Igbos? Let me tell you, the reason why the Igbos are crying, the Igbos are carrying the loads of other minority groups that are behind. The Igbo is more or less the largest ethnic group. And as the largest ethnic group, they are playing the role of a father, looking at the other minority groups who may not regroup themselves to fight and defend themselves. The Igbo took it upon themselves, as since we are the major ethnic groups in this place, we have to fight this cause, because the other minority groups, they cannot gather themselves together to fight this cause. If we have to win this race, then that means we are taking them along. But I am always surprised to see that the minority groups whom these Igbos are also trying to defend indirectly, they will come and say, we are not part of Biafra. When let them be doing their draft Biafra, when they are doing their draft, we are not part of them. But they forget that if not that the Igbos are paying the price right now, they would have overrun them easily. It would have been very easy for them to have been overrun. So it is a high time now for them to know that since the state of Biafra has been redeclared, all those territories now belongs to the Biafran territory, whether they like it or not. It is a high time for them to right now start to regroup and form their armies. It is a right time they have to start forming their armies. If they have been sleeping, let them wake up from slumber. This is the right time they have to start, raising up their armies.
Yeah.
So
you said,
can I ask that my brother question?
Okay. All right.
Yeah, bros, I heard you because I used to hear people on ground fighting. I want to be sure. Is it true that there are people fighting for securing the eastern part of Nigeria? I used to hear this, but I'm not very sure of it.
There are people on ground. There are people on ground. It is not a hearsay story. There are people on ground. If you go through social medias and you see how they are facing the military, who are those people facing the military? Are they spirits?
I thought maybe it's something of social media. That's what I was thinking.
It's not a social media. It's not a social media issue. I have to tell you the truth. There are men on ground. If you do not believe, let me give you an instance. The reason why Nnamdi Kanu is still being held right now. When Nnamdi Kanu was free, when he was granted bail and he left, they tried to come and assassinate him in his hometown, and by virtue of providence or by virtue of luck, he was able to find his way to Israel and later got himself to London. He was in London when he set up the Eastern Security Network. Did you know that those men, when he set up those Eastern Security Network, did you see those men on camera? Were those men fictions?
I used to see people on camera, but I was thinking
those people you saw on camera. I was in Nigeria at that period when those men were inaugurated. The Eastern Security Network was inaugurated. I was in Nigeria. I just spent about 2 weeks and I got back to my base. During that period, I have people within my neighborhood who were members of that Eastern Security Network. They were living within the confines of the bush. They were well trained. To be honest to you, and I'm not trying to give a kind of exaggeration, I got two of my colleague friends who were in the U.S. Marine. They got retired from the U.S. Marine. They came back to Nigeria during that period when Nnamdi Kanu was telling the Nigerian, the Biafran indigenes who were in the Nigerian military that if they do not resign now and come and defend their land, that when the time comes, they will have to attack most of them. That they will not know whether, even if they like, let them speak Igbo language to say, we are one, we are brothers, so I become one nego. That they will not. It's not an excuse because they will regard them all as saboteurs. Those Marine soldiers I knew were part of those who came down to be giving military assistance to those Eastern Security Network.
Wow.
So those men, I'm telling you, you can see those men. They were numbered more than 2,000 men who gave voluntary service. They were not paid. The men on ground currently, now that I'm talking to you now, under Simon Ekpa's leadership, these men are running a voluntary service to Biafra land. If not just recently,
I want to ask some questions. Like, I don't really know. A lot of criminals has infiltrated the kidnapping business in the Southeast. And most of the time, they said it is these men on ground. What do you have to say about that?
It is not those men on ground. Those men on ground, they are under oath. And they cannot use those oaths to go and act anything under criminal intent or perform anything criminally
meaning
minded.
other people are doing it in their name, in the name of...
In their name. People are doing those things in their name. And to be honest with you, just last month, this November, a group of people were caught in Enugu State running kidnapping. These people are Fulani militias doing those kidnapping.
I have their names.
There are some are also done by indigenous. You know, there is a financial crisis everywhere now. People have seen that that the easiest means, if these Fulani guys can do this thing and go scot-free, and you know, one place and generate almost 10-15 million within 2 days. Some people who are not men, the main men on ground who are defending the Biafra land, took it upon themselves and said, "Now we can easily make this money. Why don't you think we can make this money?" You see them just go somewhere and just, you know, get some people and take them into the bush and demand. Even some people are collecting 100,000 for ransom. Some people are collecting 50,000 ransom.
Because recently there was a guy that they arrested, that they said whether the guy have even escaped from police or something like that. And the same person was involved.
He was an ex-military man.
All right.
The one that was an ex-military man, and they thought he was still in service, and he was perfecting his kidnapping business until he was caught by the military. And when he was caught, they asked him, "Who are you?" He claimed to be a military until they later discovered that he has been dismissed and using the name of the military to perfect that kidnapping crime. So things are happening.
Another thing I want to ask again. You spoke about the divisions among people who are agitating for Biafra. I don't know if it will be possible. I think a lot of training, especially people that comes to social media, for me, in my own opinion, I think they need a lot of training before anybody will even come out and say, "I am agitating for Biafra, I'm doing all these things." I was talking to one of my friends from Israel. He loves Biafra so much. So he was telling me one thing. He said he find it difficult to follow most people who are talking about issue of Biafra on social media, because anytime he will come to listen to get reasons why Biafra should leave Nigeria quick, only thing he used to hear is all about saboteur, talking about your fellow Biafra, your fellow person who is agitating. There are some things that if you are agitating for something or you are fighting for something, if you have a problem with your brother, don't bring it to social media. It's not done. They are not supposed to be bringing, yes, they are not supposed to be bringing any issue to social media. So the guy was telling me that I started following you because I see that sometimes you talk about the issue of Biafra and I get points from what you are saying. See, he sent me a lot of videos. He said like this one, what is he talking about? This one, what is he talking about? And when I go through the videos, when I went through them, it's all about cursing your fellow, this one is cursing this one. That is not it.
My advice to him is that he should not get deterred, because
I talked to him. He's now my friend. We talk always because he started listening. He started, finding love with it. He said it was Nnamdi Kanu that used to follow Nnamdi Kanu before and all those ones. That is a very good friend to Nnamdi Kanu, you understand? So I said, okay, no problem. Meaning you must have gained a lot of words from Nnamdi Kanu, because what we are seeing on social media now is even making, the agitation irritated to people. It's not done. So if you know anybody who is on social media talking about Biafra agitation, tell them to get out of social media.
Even the problem there is that
way.
I got interested in this Biafra of 18 because of Nnamdi Kanu. Other people, I don't understand them.
The same thing with me. The same thing with me.
All right. My brother, just chip in what you are saying. You are asking question whether can you say something. Go on.
Yeah, I just want to add to what my brothers are saying. I've been on the background, I've been listening, so let me also contribute to what they are saying.
Okay.
Yeah, I enjoy people talking. So so that the things you don't remember, you don't really think is, you can still learn from it. So, like what you're saying, you see, let's start from this. Like what they're saying now. You see, the problem we are having is a very big problem. Do you understand me? You know why it's a big problem? If you look like Nnamdi, look like someone Ekpa, look like what's the name of the DSS leader and the DOS leader? Chika Edoziem. Look at Chika Edoziem. Look at the other one that is following him. On the radio Biafra then. The one that says building hotels. What's his name? I want to remember their name. Let us maybe as we go on, we'll remember his name. Okay. Why did I mention these names? Look at the way.
I think Uwazurike also.
Uwazurike, I think it's the next to Chika Edoziem, the very next guy to him. They always talk. That one talking very well. He talks a lot.
Not powerful.
No, that one don't talk at all. That one once in a while. This is the most popular among them. I think he was the one that took over from the DOS chairman.
I don't even know them, sir. I don't.
Yeah, I will remember now. Just go on.
So look at the way Nnamdi Kanu. Look at the level. His reasoning. Let me picture some things so that we'll get what I'm talking about. Look at when he started. Like the first time he went to them in the US to request for nominations and funding. Look at how he was ignored and how he was attended to. Then after this, how he was able to build his voice for us to understand what it means. Then immediately he went down. Chika, I don't know if I'm pronouncing the name well because I don't know. The US, okay. He took over like the very first day the guy spoke well. Biafrans listened to him. But after that day, the guy just like somebody like somebody they poisoned. I know the guy just turned to dead vegetable once. So he couldn't carry on. The only idea they brought was that first time they said sit at home. They introduced it before Samuel Ekpa took it up from that place. Then let me go to Samuel Ekpa now. Then look at Samuel Ekpa. Look at how he fought with them for almost 8 months to 1 year before he was able to gather people's attention to himself now. And he had a direction, and he came with a different style, which was very effective. And the style was so how do I put it? Is it rapid? No, it wasn't rapid. It was
so organized.
So rapid. Yeah, it was so in a haste, so organized, and so in a haste that between a month, 2 months, you see 1, 2 things, something coming. You see one new thing coming up, and you see like I started looking at the guy at the time, like when he was making this. Their liaison offices and so on. Like somebody like me, I'm not gonna tell you lie. Even if I be freedom fighter, I don't even have idea about all those things. I don't know if you understand what I'm saying now. So which means this struggle, we need a level of understanding to know where we are going to. Not just to come out to pick microphone and make noise, blah, 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 do this. No. You need to know where we are going to. You need to know the direction. Okay, now why am I saying this? Look at Sowore now. He had a little challenge now. Look at the men on ground. Look at people like Raphael that you think they should be mature and be reasonable enough. Just look at the childish behavior he's displaying.
Honestly.
Now, can you compare the way Samuel Ekpa is reasoning and compare to the way this fool is reasoning?
Honestly.
You understand? So that is like by this time,
that is the reason why,
organizing the men on ground to make sure that even like, for example, I don't know, let me just say one thing. Like, I remember before the Samuel Ekpa's little issue, he stopped the courts from opening. So I don't know if that is still effective.
It's still effective. The law is still effective. And Imo State Federal High Court shut down. One other state, their Federal High Court also shut down as I'm speaking to you.
You understand? So that's good. So you see, these things are things we should be keeping up to date and even make it more effective. And I want the new Prime Minister acting to break a record by at least pronouncing something new that will also be effective, and the men on ground should at least prove their ability, because it's not a country. So we cannot just be waiting for Samuel Ekpa, just like the GOS, we are waiting for Nnamdi Kanu. I don't know if you understand.
Then another question I want to ask: how would they manage other people who do not agree with them? Because all of them are Biafrans.
That is the conflict of interest.
Yes,
that's the conflict of interest, which I mentioned earlier here. I said the conflict of interest I mentioned earlier here is that together, united, we are stronger, and divided, we are weaker. Because the other minority groups whom I spoke earlier about, I told you that the reason why the Igbos are more prominent in this fight is because of the large number of the ethnic group. Then the other minority group, whom are also part of the eastern part of whom are also part of the Biafran nation, they are doing nothing. That was why I said that they have to regroup. Because to be honest, look, if it is happening in Imo, it is happening in Enugu, it is happening in Calabar, it is happening in Bayelsa, it's happening in Delta. These territories I am making mention of now, they are all Biafran territory right now. And Biafra has been redeclared. To be honest, if what do you call it now? The alliance we are seeking from other international body, if it happens to take effect now, are all these minority groups now going to say Biafra has come now, say we no follow this super fighter? How we won't come? Shame no go let us come out now to come say we did there. There are few men on ground in Benin, as I'm speaking to you now. Very few men on ground in Benin defending the land of Benin. Very few I know.
But what we should be, at least we shouldn't even be even talking about where we have our men. You understand me? And we shouldn't even be talking about what we should be talking about.
You understand? That is why I said, though I'm not an IPOB member.
You know, one thing, you understand me? That's what I said before. One thing about this struggle is that you have to have some level of experience, both criminal experience, intelligence experience, psychological experience, approach experience. You need to know everything. You have to be very smart, even when you are talking to people. Most times you can even use sign languages, which I think will be better.
Yeah.
You understand me?
That is, you are correct. But when you say men on ground, and they are like the men on ground, like I made mention of here, it's true that we have to use coding and decoding language in speaking.
About the men on ground, it doesn't matter. They know we have men on ground. But my brother, the presenter, like the point I would like to present in the area I always like to talk on in this your program is the solution. I don't like talking what is already existing. I like to talk of what is going to be the next step forward.
I've said it here earlier. I said it here earlier. That let us not continue to be running around romancing these people. I said that the politicians are the people that they have to devise a means of dealing with. I said it here. That it has gone past the stage where we have to say we are not going to say. They say speak the spade. Say what,
let me tell you
it.
Let me tell you something. I learned something. I learned something from Samuel Ekpa about Nigeria. from the way I thought it used to be. Let me tell you, Nigeria is a very flexible country. If we are really organized, we'll get what we want between a very short time. If we stop behaving like children and sit down like adults and say, this thing, let us take it head on, bros, we are going to get it. I'm telling you, let us sit down like professionals and take something good. We're going to get it.
But
then
the reason why we are not using you know, let me say, we are not together in a particular group. We don't know where we belong. If this matter, because these questions are questions that are asked on air, and there is no way while you are live in program, you have to, because they're asking for solution. What is that solution? You cannot go in our own privacy and then talk about the solution. The solution must have to be said. And when you are saying the solution here, the solution is what I have just devised.
But we have a little challenge, because if you look at after the declaration of the Biafra, we have a little challenge in the house. That is what we should be addressing and encouraging the government and the men on ground, at least advising them to see that there's unity amongst them.
The unity is there. The unity is there, apart from the fact that they are chasing shadow. What they are chasing now is just position. So, but as far as what the factions are doing, they are aiming at the same point, raising fund, and also taking orders.
I want to chip in something. You see, for me, sir, I don't think unity is there. The reason why I said so is because even though we don't have too much force, even though Biafra agitators don't have too much force, but they shouldn't divide. The reason why I'm saying it, if I hadn't been open-minded, you will see a lot of people that will still call and counter everything you are saying. See Biafra agitators also. Another person will still call, counter they are totally divided.
The truth is that,
and I think anybody that can do well or do good to Biafra agitation, what the person should do is to bring the whole parties together. And I think only Nnamdi Kanu can do that.
Nnamdi Kanu cannot do it alone, because even before Simon Ekpa came, Nnamdi Kanu was looking for 100 men. He was looking for 100 men, even though he has millions of people around him. He has both professionals around him. He was looking for 100 men. The 100 men he was looking for.
We're talking about division, not about 100 men.
Yeah, I'm coming because to tell you how this thing came to be. Because if you are talking about that division, even among the house, there are Judas. You understand? The Judas, which Nnamdi Kanu himself saw, he saw that he cannot actually go to war with these people. He needed,
but he was managing them, right?
He needed a real 100 men. When I mean 100 men, he needed. Then Simon Ekpa was just doing exactly what you were doing as a broadcaster. He had his own.
Yes,
station.
I know, but yeah, I want you to answer my question. But he was managing them, right?
He was managing them, but nothing was going. Nothing was moving.
That is the point I was asking. Management. Who can manage everybody? Because they are divided.
He was managing them without results, even until he was sold out. Do you know when he formed the Insecurity network, he did not even let his deputy know. That was it came to my mind now. The former deputy, he never made him to know when he was setting up Eastern Security Network. He did that alone, as a lone ranger. He formed those men up. Those thousands of men, he formed them up. When he was looking for a real commander, that's his management. When he discovered that the people he had around him, he never trusted them anymore. Just look at what my brother said, that immediately Nnamdi Kanu was captured, Chike Dozem, went down like a vegetable that has been cut down since how many months ago, how many weeks ago.
Yeah, so it's like you did not get my point very well.
Okay.
I'm talking about managing people. Even though Nnamdi Kanu discovered that he don't have anybody, but he was managing people around him.
Can I I don't know if you're hearing me. Can I come in a little bit?
Yeah, you can come in. You can come in.
Okay, let me just tell you, like, let me put myself in the position of leadership right now. And it happens, let me say, from Finland now. This happened. I know she's a woman, and from the way I see her talk, I know it's always like that. Initially, when you are handling any position, there is always this tension. You know, you need this first ability to get things organized. It can never be like if you've been there like in a month or 2 months, like that first 1-2 weeks. There's always this rush to make sure that things go maturely for you, which I observe in her. From time, I see the improvement also in her, because I'm the kind of person that really take time to look things. And I think from the way things are going, from the look of things, she has been matured. Because you know, this social media is very powerful, especially to those of us that are always online. Because we always listen to programs, listen to what people are saying, because we like learning and knowing what is new, because you always get the latest news most times from social media, you know.
From social media.
Yeah, so I think she has been very mature from the way she's handling things, from my own view. Why did I say that? If you see the way those guys came out, the Raphael, the Ijele, and the other guy, the way they were flashing most of the things on the X media and so on. So those were the things we were seeing, and they were not using most of the names, like the Rose names, the Biafra something name, and so on, which we are familiar with most of us, which we were getting direct true news from initially. So most of us were like surprised, but from intelligence, if you see the way they were, if you see the rush and their area of interest, it is narrowed. You understand me? So their area of interest is narrow. So that their area of focus is not what we really want. You are just a middleman. If they say you pass a message to somebody, it doesn't mean you are too important. You can always be kicked out. I don't know if you understand, but they are making that position to look as if yes, I've not heard it before. So if you are really a mature person, if you look into what they are doing, then it looks charges. To compare to the matured program that is on ground. People organizing a nation, and you see mature men trying to be dramatic.
Yeah,
you understand? It's really funny, you know, and shameful. So
now, if I tell you now, I was in Finland on that redeclaration. Now,
you see,
with what I saw, I was there.
So let me tell you about the maturity. So what she needs to do now is to try to talk to them as much as she can, or send people to them as much as they can. From the eye, she cannot do it directly. Make people to talk to them, to make them understand, no matter whatever is going on, let them calm down. At least I don't think they are the only 3 people that their positions were taken away from them. The other people too, their positions were taken away from them, but they are still in the movement. It doesn't mean that things are not going to come back to normal. And so that what I'm saying is that so that she will have time. I know she's with the men on ground. You understand? But we are all human beings. There's what we call trauma. You understand me? If you are somebody that is working with your blood, with your life, if you have a break, even between 2 to 3 days, if you have any tension that takes part in your life between 2 to 3 days, it will always take you almost like 2 weeks to recover from it. You understand me? So that we can build the courage of our men on ground, so that these guys should stop distracting the people. I don't know if you understand me. So that the men on ground, and so that
that issue started while we were in Finland. I witnessed those things.
No, from the look of things, because they have planned
from
this in a very long time.
From the day one, that was when that issue started. Immediately we stepped in on that inauguration hall. That was when we noticed that things were not actually in order. Sonia Parawa, Vam, and Oge Kere, they were a kind of forming an alliance on their own. The woman was trying to, see how she could bring them together because the mantle of leadership is rested on her as the COS. And by virtue of that hierarchy, you know, the COS will now take charge of the leadership when the prime minister is not on ground. And when we notice these things playing, the issue there is this: they have an ulterior motive already. These three so-called three wise men had this ulterior motive. That how can they be
criminals?
Yeah.
Like,
how can they be loyal? How can they be loyal to a woman?
So let me just ask you one question. Let me ask you one question. If the PM is not around, can the financial secretary take over PM's position?
He cannot. That is not. It's not. Okay. What you see them doing now. The finance is a different. The person that actually had by law, that actually has the authority to take over the PM's position as an acting prime minister is the Minister of Defense.
You don't even need to explain it. They are very simple things.
Yes.
Can information minister take over from the
information
PM?
Minister cannot take that position.
So that's why I tell you that this guy
cannot take that position. The only person that has the only person that has the prerogative right is the Minister of Defense when the chief of staff does not want to, maybe by virtue of illness or whatsoever, she's incapacitated to lead the mantle. The next in command is the Minister of Defense. The Minister of Defense can act in the capacity of an acting prime minister until the prime minister is back.
My brother.
But not.
It's all right. Thank you people for even most of the things you people are saying now. I don't even know anything about it. So I'm just learning new things and hearing new things about what you people are saying. And I pray that this 2025, I think it's March, by God's grace, if they release Nnamdi Kanu, I think so many things will change shape by the special grace of God, because I really believe it, man.
But I can bet money that Nnamdi Kanu will not be released. If there's no pressure, if there's no pressure on ground,
the negotiation is already on.
I said it. I am in line with this. What this my brother is saying. I'm in line with what he's saying. With what I'm seeing. These guys are playing politics. They are playing politics within Nnamdi.
Let me. What do you mean? Okay, yeah. Can you tell me? Are you going to tell me that the Monday sit at home with the effect to the economy of Nigeria? What are they negotiating? No, what is Tinubu going to negotiate?
The people who are even negotiating, the people who are even negotiating for the release of Nnamdi Kanu, if you hear them, if I call them for you, tell them to leave it. It's better Nnamdi Kanu remain there than for them to negotiate for his release.
That is it. They are doing politics with it.
Let me tell you one thing, bro. Let me tell you one simple truth. There's no need of, you know one thing, I don't like beating around there. If the agitation of this Biafra agitation, if it dies down, and you find Nnamdi Kanu being released tomorrow, know that he has given up the struggle.
Honestly.
Just take it like that from me. If these struggles, that's what you see.
But Nnamdi Kanu cannot give up to Biafra agitation.
No, you cannot say so.
He will not give up. He will not give up that struggle because he will remember his father. He will remember his mother. He was not present in their burial. He still have that trauma in him.
Let me give you an example. Even though Nnamdi Kanu told them that, okay, release me, let me drop the Biafra agitation. If he come out, he will still tell them that, look at the condition they gave me, but I don't want this agitation to die. That is why I told them that, okay, leave me, I will do that. But now I am out, I will continue from where I stopped. I know the man very well. I know what he's capable of.
They know that Nnamdi Kanu
only. At the beginning, Nnamdi Kanu was not agitating for Biafra only. Because I've listened to this man. He was asking for fair. He was asking for
for a fair trial.
But
was asking
what
for
are
a fair trial.
What are we talking about? Somebody that went to court and the court set him free, and they are still negotiating to leave him. This is what I found you. This is what I say. The more you look, the less you see. Bros, I say I can bet money that they will not leave Nnamdi Kanu. You that I mean that
will go make them.
The
person will make them live in Nnamdi Kanu. Go and mark my word. The person will go make them live in Nnamdi Kanu. Now the person of Simon Ekpa.
Finish.
This Monday sit at home where you see. This Monday sit at home where you see now where they go on. Now Simon Ekpa declare him. And when he's out now and see that they are still playing politics with the release of Nnamdi Kanu, what he need to do is to retrigger another sit at home. If they double the sit at home, make it 2 days sit at home, Friday and Monday. If that one no reach, my brother, make them begin to sabotage the Nigerian economy. Go and destroy all the pipelines. I'm telling you, my brother, this thing what I tell you now, if you don't walk out, make God punish me.
Wait, bros, more talk from
the economy where government they take make money. That place where they take make money, they have to start now to sabotage.
No,
it.
For example, now, sir, for example, you want to do anything, you don't say it on social media now. You don't know who is listening to you. So
you say what?
You want to do, I say even though you want to do anything like what this my brother is saying, you don't say it on social media.
Yeah, that's why, like what, but what I want to say, what I want to ask him, or maybe as we are talking, it's a general question. Why I'm telling you that they will not live in Nnamdi Kanu without pressure. Let's agree that Nnamdi Kanu is being freed on Monday, for example. Then what is going to happen next? That is what is Nnamdi going to do next. That's, for example, that they have discussed on their whatever agreement that they just filmed Nnamdi Kanu. You see, on Monday they say Nnamdi Kanu is freed now. Nnamdi Kanu is going back to the east now. Then what will be the next move now from Nnamdi Kanu? Is he going to sit in the house and fold his hand, or Biafra is already declared?
He will first of all go and take care of his health. He will take a complete 6 or 3 months medical leave.
Of course, he will go and take care of his health.
He will go and take care of himself. Go for 3 months or 6 months medical leave. During that period when he's going out for medical leave, that is when he will start negotiating on the ground on his next step. Because a government has been declared. Government has been declared already. He cannot start up IPOB just like that immediately.
Like for example, that is why I said we need to look this thing into ground. If they bring out ballot today, they said those who support Biafra redeclaration to vote. Calm down. I'm asking a question. They said those who support the Biafra redeclaration to vote, those who do not support it to vote. Do you believe that those people who support it will be greater than people who do not support it? And that is
1 million times.
Okay.
Now, 1 million times. People who support Biafra will vote.
Yeah, that is where that reconciliation I am telling you about.
Maybe this my contribution go answer the two of them. I go contribute to my first brother on, and I go answer the presenter question when he just asked. If Nnamdi Kanu today, like the guy said, he said we'll go for 3 months treatment, which I agreed. But for me, I'm telling you that if Nnamdi Kanu is free today, immediately Nnamdi Kanu will step into that Biafra land. Biafra flag will start to fly everywhere in that land.
Of course.
Then what are we talking about? Is Biafra not already declared like that?
That is the reason why. That is the fear why that this. Look at Soludo now having a turn back. Somebody who went to say he's clamoring for his release.
That is why, because if you live in Nnamdi Kanu now, it is a problem, and if you don't live in Nnamdi Kanu, it is a problem. Do you know? You know the problem with government. So that is why the action Simon Ekpa was taking was very, very good.
The right action.
You understand? Because the men, whether they think say go fit present them, they saw them falling down like chickens. So that one can't shock them.
But a lot of people, there are also some some Biafra agitators like IPOB member who still don't like it.
Bros, of course. Let me tell you something. Still those members who do not like it that went and wrote petition against Simon Ekpa. These are still the same people because they felt that IPOB was the people who are going to bring Biafra. They didn't know that autopilot was the guy was mean.
I know they like to call all this name of autopilot. Those things don't matter to me.
Why that division? That is what I am against.
Why that division? The problem is not the division. The problem, we should not always be thinking of division. The only division I think is a little bit effective, or which is not actually effective, but look childish and stupid, which is this one of these them jail them. Finish that. If you talk about the other divisions, they are not effective because if you ask me, when those guys were in control of the leadership, these guys that are against Samuel Ekpa now, when they were in control of the leadership, what were their effects? Was there any effect?
That which means exactly they don't. What I'm making reference.
You understand?
I made reference of such.
You understand? Like when Simon Ekpa was forming this liaison office and this kind of thing. Like for me, I don't tell you, like I didn't know that this are part of the struggle. Which means Simon Ekpa is more intelligent than me in that area. So imagine somebody like me that want to agitate with him. I will start to agitate arrogantly. Out of my stupidity, I'll start to argue, which I don't even know the right step that is supposed to be taken. But because I think I'm bigger than him, my voice is louder than his own, or maybe I can shout for people to hear, I'll start to make noise. But he's putting the right thing on ground, which I'm supposed to learn from. So those guys, because they are refusing to learn, they are making things difficult for everybody.
Yeah, so that is exactly what I said there. I said when he started, you know, it's good sometimes the truth is bitter.
I think we are more focused. We'll start to prove ourselves right by making sure that our men on ground are protected and they are pulling action. By then, our action will not be speaking for us. We don't even need to be talking about them again. It's the action that will be speaking for us. The action speaks for us, it means something is wrong.
All right. Just into 2 minutes, what do you have to tell the people of Plateau State that are being massacred, especially during the festive season?
Well, I just tell them to take out. If they have some little money that is left, at least if they don't have anything, if it is catapult or knife and something, they should try to get something to protect themselves. Yeah, because like for me,
wait. If they have catapult, catapult to do what? Are they shooting flies?
No. Don't say catapult.
Not be catapult. David, take it Goliath.
If you get catapult with this and Boris Stone, Ross,
if you use catapult, collect AK-47.
Yes, man. You can collect AK-47 for somebody else now. Why? No, not looking like that to say catapult. No. If you know how to use that, you can use that very well. So they need to start to think about themselves. Yes, now. Because somebody like me, just like me when they talk to you, so God may bad thing not happen. If that kind of thing happened to me, say they kill my family for the house when I did, and I managed to survive, and it is confirmed, son of Fulani Duam. God will make me. Nothing will make me not kill nothing will make me not buy as many as I can, even maybe before they will catch me. But I will go to do it secretly. I will make sure say, bros. Not everybody will get my kind of mind, but me, I will do it.
All right. Mr. Nathaniel, what do you have to say about that before we call it a day? We'll continue this conversation tomorrow morning.
No but problem. Tell us, I do. Tomorrow is Christmas.
Yeah, if you are in Plateau State, what would you do? Just in 2 minutes, tell us.
My brother, say one man no be a tree cannot make a forest, to be honest.
Yes.
So it don't happen, be say it don't happen. Make them they endure them unless they know how to regroup themselves and form a formidable force. Because these people where you see, we can't kill them, we can't buy them. So those people where you see, now formidable force then get one language, one command. Where be say one person go say, oh yeah, now here we they go. All of them go follow themselves like fly, begin they go that place. So the thing where they there be say Christians no get one language, where would they take regroup ourselves? Christians should start now to begin to know, say that the kingdom of God, where they see so, now violent, they take the taker. So they must be prepared to fight. So may them forget, say, them be Christian, Christian, now only God, we believe in Jesus Christ. If now that Jesus Christ where we believe, see Israel, now that Jesus Christ they believe, but Israel no keep quiet. Israel they fight their enemy bomber to bomber. So Christians must wake up. If Christians no wake up, as I speak to you now, see them see their early grave.
I beg.
All right, thank
you. I beg. Not verse. I know. Sorry, before you close this your program, because people like us, we get human feeling. You understand? When we see things like this, they make us they go really crazy. I want you now, you the presenter now. I want you to be in the position of what I'm going to say. Can you stay in IDP camp? Can you stay in IDP camp for 15 years or 11 years?
I cannot stay in IDP camp for 2 days.
No, but let's say if God, you don't already be adult, so it not happen to you. Say it happened that I thought you did like 6 years or that kind, 12 years old. Attack take place on a village. So they got to carry on come off on a community to another community to go stay. And I happen to stay like this IDP camp, these people there now. Then you can't happen to stay there with this your intelligence who you get now, as intelligent as you are, you can't get to stay there now. But you still they think good because the brain already be your own. Just maybe you're not comfy, go school well. If they go any small school they put around. Okay. But you can't get to stay there.
I am sorry to yes, I understand what you are saying, I'm sorry to say this. If, for example, all this Fundani, they turn my village like this, and I'm Leto, they take us to IDP camp. You know that in that IDP camp, we are going to form what is going to end everything. From that IDP camp.
Okay.
Though I grew up
Sorry.
to.
Let us just make it brief. Sorry, now which means you will react. Okay. That's why I asked you this question. Could you just boil my mind? Okay, now what is stopping these people that have been in IDP camps for these years from not reacting? Or maybe I don't know if they even try to go and see their village to even know whether their village still exist. I don't know, because we just know see that they IDP camp. We don't hear anything about them further. That's why I asked the question to you, because everybody don't react the same way. So, but first, our blood they hot.
It's all right. Definitely, I believe even though they are reacting, their reaction is not enough. Even though they are reacting.
If they are reacting, they should go back to their village. You see, they turn back where government put them. They don't stay there. They go back. Now those people attack them again. But they don't do where government put them.
But for me, you see, that IDP camp, if they are raising awareness, people are not going to be there. For example, now there was a time we disturbed all this national television. Arise News went there to cover what is happening there. These people should make sure they draw more media attention, criticize the government, draw attention to what is going on, so that you people will have leverage to go and prepare yourself for self-defense against all these things that is going on.
Did you understand my question? I said for 15 years. You know, picking when it gets 16.
It don't have to be 15.
No, I just say people that have been there. By now, there should be grown up. The grown up guys should not be old now. At least they should have by now. Don't plan to talk by now.
No, we have, for example, in Benue State, we have WhatsApp group chat. In Plateau State, there are 5 of them. We have WhatsApp group chat. All these states, I have contacts with them. Like most of them, like what happened yesterday. Now, when these people came, they just came to do what they did last year, December, where they killed almost 150 people, but they resisted them. It was gun to gun, fight to fight. That was why they just reported that they killed only 15 people. So even though I am in that position, the same thing, we will resist them, because it is not the duty of the slave master to leave people who are slaves. It is the slave that will determine whether you are going to be free or not. That will
determine how to get his freedom.
So if you are in IDP camp for 15 years, it's your own cup of tea. But I will not allow it to happen even though 6 years when they brought me there.
Very crazy story to hear. and you see that nothing is happening in the country, we are still quiet. Is that not mad people? Those people are sick upstairs. Though.
The police,
our men of God, our men of God should wake up. All these so-called men of God, they should wake up. May them forget Christian. What did they talk Christian? They buy all their people. They see there they call Jesus Christ. This Islam, so they see so where they call Allah. But now them they group themselves together. They move. They go take over territories. This is what you see them they do now. Territories they conquer. Our men of God, it's high time. Our men of God should wake up. To be honest, I'm speaking out of anger. They should wake up and arm their men, their members, arm all their members and defend their faith.
All right, thank you so much. I think we can call it a day while we begin the broadcast tomorrow morning.
All right, good morning, my brother, and happy Christmas to you all.
Our viewers, thank you so much. Even people who wanted to join now, even people that watch this video after this program, I really appreciate you all. Please kindly join us tomorrow morning. If you have anything to say that you did not join us early, you can come tomorrow morning and let us start the conversation there. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
All right.